So, welcome to Grimm's. Hey. I'm Grimm, and we're back on another Friday Twitch live stream. And before we get too deep into things, I want to introduce, once again, our beautiful tavern goers. We have first Mr. Mark playing Quill.
Thank you very much. That's so kind of you all.
So kind. Miss Minxie as Lisa. That's exactly right. Okay. Victor, Mr. Calvin. Hey. And Carrie, played by Miss Saren. Yay! Now that we've gotten that all out of the way, we do have a little bit of a catch-up that we have to do. And I think the last time we left off, you guys went to the Grimsby area to try and track down a boat. Ah, nice. I like hearing my own voice. Live! So you went to the Grimsby area to track down a boat, see if you can get yourself on enough resources to pursue a rumor that you had recently found about the fish kind of drying up, so to speak, and the quantities just not seem to be what they were. So you went to Grimsby, you found yourself a boat, and you found out there is indeed stories of a white beast or dragon, potentially, just kind of north a little bit where the water starts to get chilly, and you did convince one rather sad fisherman to round up some crew and see if he could give you a hand. And in the meantime, Quill and Carrie decided they were going to set out to find a good boat. And they found one.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
They found one.
And it wasn't theirs, but they found one. And that's all that really matters. But through a little bit of fine negotiation skills, Mr. Calvin decided to basically give away his business as an opportunity to get this boat.
I was just going to take it, so...
There's more than one way to skin a cat. So eventually, you guys got this boat, and the owner of the boat agreed wholeheartedly, got the crew ready, and the horn blew with your fisherman friend getting his crew ready, and the two boats are basically ready to set off to go find this white dragon. Now, what did I miss? Because I know a lot of crap happened. Is that about it?
Second Victor.
I think that, was Second Victor the last episode that it started?
No,
I was going to say.
First one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I don't think I missed anything too critical.
No.
I don't think so either. Okay, cool.
Actually, it was the introduction of Quilliam, though.
That
He met us at the campfire.
Right, it was the episode. Right, it was episode 1 of that night. So we'll recap a little bit further back. For those of you on YouTube who might have heard this before, for Twitch, we did meet Quill, which is another a new character that Mark's bringing in. Quilliam came from a page that floated down towards Alter Ego Victor, or another Victor. Eventually, Quilliam just kind of observed through this little pocket dimension as he kind of watched our players go from place to place, camping, making their way eventually to Grimsby until... about halfway there, so he decided he was going to pop out and introduce himself, and he appeared as an elf. Carrie got to know him a little bit better, I think, and I think you were the one that saw his true form, noticing his face was shifting a little bit funny as he described it in a rather comical way. But eventually, yes, you guys met Quilliam and his acquaintance, realizing he has a kind of a god, I guess, an owl that is a constellation in the stars that followed from the page that came.
That's right.
Very cool.
And now you guys are heading off on the boat, as we've seen Quilliam have this very odd, almost alien encounter with everyone, where he doesn't really want to interfere too much. He just wants to observe, document the stories, which has been his job thus far. The ending of civilizations and all. That's what you do. Document the ending of worlds.
Morale booster.
Good thing you're here, because we don't know where that's going to go.
Everyone in existential crisis at the same time. It's perfect.
That's exactly right.
Wonderful.
Yes, so we're going to pick back up. I think the horn just blew, and we were about to set sail. You guys were going to go talk to the other guys, I believe, and let them know that you procured a second ship, and start that ball rolling.
So there was a crew that we had managed to convince to actually join us to take us to the Dragon's Lair. They didn't have necessarily the best ship. That was Quilliam that managed to spot it. So now we have a brave enough crew, and we have the best ship to get us there. And we were just in the process of combining the two into one super ship.
Yes. Now, what do you guys want to do? You guys are basically ready to go with the one boat. I think you would still probably have to make contact with your fisherman friend who's going to lead you there. What do you guys want to do?
Make sure I'm kind of ready. Just get life jackets sort of thing, or harnesses strapped, ready. And just get on the boat.
Those crewmen that we hired, I kind of gave him a bunch of money and was like, you know better than I do. So
perfect. I didn't know if you guys wanted to sort anything out or have any conversations before you guys hit the water.
Actually, I think while a whole bunch of that crew is kind of transferring onto that ship, and the crew that was on that ship is like, guess I don't have a job, so they're getting off.
That's right.
I think Happy Victor is going to kind of make his way through the crowd towards Minxie and kind of pull on her sleeve and come here, to pull her aside.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Victor?
Alright, so, while all of this stuff is getting going, I can't help but notice that, the other me, he's like really involved in this. Like he's really distracted, and it's good for him. He actually seems like he has a little bit of fire in him when he has something to do.
Yes, the world is ending. So I would hope he feels like there's something needs doing.
Yeah, and you know what? That's kind of the reason why I pulled you aside, dear, is because, have you noticed that whenever I'm kind of around, he tends to not really care if everything gets screwed up and gets destroyed? He kind of gives up and gets really mopey around me?
Yes, I guess he is more mopey than usual, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine if I was in his place, and I can actually really empathize with the guy, I'm kind of particularly well equipped for that, that if I had to stick around with like a happier me, where things happen to go right, it would be a little bit defeating. And you wouldn't really try to beat someone at your own game, instead you'd try to win at your own game, and that game for him is being sad, because mine is being happier. You see what I'm getting at? Me being
So you are making
him
sadder.
Yeah.
That poor man.
Yeah, I think me leaving might make him actually want to live. I think he will compete with me if I'm not around to remind people of what he's trying to emulate. He doesn't want to follow in someone's shoes. That's not the kind of guy he is, right?
Right, so you have inspired him to be better, but if you are not around.
Yeah, you nailed it. You're a clever cookie.
You already know that.
Yeah. So, what I was thinking is, now that I've kind of been filled in on the whole thing, and I'm a bit of a people's person, I was thinking I could head somewhere else and maybe start gathering some people up. Like, if I'm through and you're through, and you said Vimic is through?
Vimic is here. I have not seen B. I don't know if B is here.
Yeah, and that. I want to get Vimic, if I can even. He might be dead in that dragon you said he ran after.
I bet he conquered that dragon.
Or maybe, most likely, he got hurt and then escaped. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But you know what? If he can kill a dragon, great. That's good, because I want to go and collect as many powerful people as we can. Because right now, we're doing one half of this thing, where we're gathering these dragons. But, like, what if the dragons aren't enough? What if we need a little bit more? I don't want to gamble on just going, well, we got 5 dragons, 100%. I kind of want a little bit extra. So
you want to go get our old team back?
I want to get whoever I can, but I am going to prioritize that. I do want to find B, if she's here. And Vimic does have a shard with him, and he's got the suit capability, like you and I do. We would be pretty powerful assets. And anyone else, if they come in and they're as lost as I was, or maybe you were, if anyone can come and give them any kind of clue or direction, I imagine that'll be the easiest recruitment that'll ever be.
And B has a suit too. Just remember, B has a suit.
You could just talk to them whenever you want.
Oh, I thought you said just
right?
What's that?
You could just talk to them whenever you want, like the sending ability of the suit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
So you could meet up with them
I will try that, but as far as they know. So I think I'll try to recruit our old team, people from our world, and I'll see if I can catch anyone else, because some of these pages are actually coming to me.
So you want to create another, like a super team that could help in case this team here doesn't do it.
Yeah, well, if the dragons aren't enough to save the universe, maybe this team of mine will be strong enough to be able to revenge them. So I'll get, like, some Revengers or something. And
the Revengers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah, so, I was thinking of doing that, and I was really kind of hoping I was alone for a little bit. That kind of wasn't the most fun. I mean, I was a little lonely. Like, I wasn't distraught completely, but, like,
Yes, Victor?
You want to, like, come with me?
You know I do.
Yeah. All right. let's go get these people. Yeah, let's go round them up.
Let's do it. Yeah.
He's like, grabs arm in arm and goes, should we no, you know what? Yeah, okay. So he'll just be like, Nixie, why don't you tell them I'm going to go and secure some supplies for us? That's kind of what I was doing earlier, actually. They've got great shopping here still. Stuff is on like a huge discount because a lot of the shop owners, they're dead.
Fire sale.
Yeah, a lot of it has no value anymore. But it's good for us.
It is really good.
So you go and tell them what we're going to do, and
Okay.
I'm going to prep us for the trip.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Okay.
Good luck, dear. Be safe. Gives a little kiss and goes and grabs some, like, throws this hobo sack on his back full of, like, knickknacks and junk.
Stick off the bat. Yeah. Perfect.
I need a horse.
All right, Mixie. Victor's going off, or Happy Victor from Minel's going off to grab some supplies. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go find the crew. And
Yes. Mhm. Yeah, you notice they are indeed there on this large, extravagant-looking ship. Everything seems to be moving forward. You can see people moving on and off, carrying stuff, loading all the supplies, everyone getting everything rigged and ready to go. And yeah, your crew is standing there, waiting for you.
Hey guys.
Hey, you ready? And I would just be carrying like barrels and stuff.
We think it would be best if maybe we found the other members of our team and got, if we left.
We?
What?
Minxie? What? What are you talking about?
Who's leaving?
Victor and I. We
Which
have
one?
another team that are probably here. You met Vimic already.
Oh yes, he
so we-
saved me, didn't he?
No.
Or
You remember things very differently because you were unconscious, dear. Vimic was the one who ran into the cave of the dragon and didn't come back out.
Who is it, Vimic? Who's he exactly? How does he pertain to you? Describe him exactly.
He doesn't.
He is enormous and angry, and he's obsessed with his children. Who I think that's really sweet, but he keeps losing them for some reason, so he has to keep finding them. And he saved us, sort of, but then he ran after this
Okay.
big dragon, and I don't know if he's okay. So I should probably go see if he's okay. He was a very important part of our team before, and he's very big and strong, so he probably is out there somewhere still.
Well, when was the last time you saw this Vimic?
Vimic was before we came over here on the boat. He was with the green dragon.
So, Minxie, am I to understand that Victor, other Victor, came up with the genius idea, or both of you did, to go back across the continent to chase after a dead idiot?
If that's how you are going to say it, yes. We do have another member of our party, though, which is basically our daughter, and we have not seen her, so we need to find her.
Well, that's a mission that I can actually get behind. That one sounds a lot more worthwhile. I'm sorry. So, yeah. If it's your idea, that sounds like a great one. I think your idea was the one to find the girl, and his idea was to find that other guy. But, so that's how I'll work that out.
Okay, that sounds great. Vic.
Good luck out there.
yeah, you've got
And we'll
some
do
maps
whatever we
and
can along the way
provisions.
to help you guys in any way that we can.
All right. Sure. Okay. Do you need me to, I can, like, arrange for stuff if you need anything before you go? Because, like, I got us the boat, and that guy didn't do anything, so I can do that if you want before you go.
I think we will be okay. I think you guys might need this stuff, so I don't want to take any of it from you, but we will be fine.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna like try and help, maybe be like, where does B like to go? Like, where do you think she would pop up? And do like a history or whatever to help them.
You don't know, B.
Yeah.
No, like a.
Well, you can't do a history check. This is
around
a stranger
this
you've never
world.
heard of before.
Like on the
No,
map,
like
though,
this world, like my own.
where she
history
might
on,
be
like,
by a description of
knowing the
place.
towns
So
and things.
she doesn't. I don't think she would know where she even is.
Okay.
She has no point of reference as far as we can tell, and
She
we don't
likes
even know.
marshes.
Yeah,
she
I'll
likes
just
swampy
tell
areas.
them like about all the different
Yeah.
towns and what
Okay.
they basically have.
Now you can give them a map,
Yeah.
and they know B quite well. That would, yeah, of course.
So if you could tell me any swampy areas that are kind of near, where we landed before, she's probably in the same area.
Yeah, you all seem to land like around the same sort of area, around the west part. So, should be around there. Maybe even like near Pirate Cove or... Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Hopefully.
God. B, no.
Pirate Cove's not very swampy, but like the woods
No.
going towards there a little bit.
Okay, we will head there first. Thank you.
Of course.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you and Victor. I wish you the best, and he'll put big paw on your shoulder, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, the scepter is gonna glow this blue dim light, and may Nosy guide you on your path, and he will give you guidance.
Aww.
You're good for the next minute.
This is my character summarized. I will help you in a small way for a minute.
Long enough to get out of sight and then realize,
Oh,
ah.
yeah.
It's a thought.
That was a nice touch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
No go.
nice gesture.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any sort of sending for once we have the dragons?
Yeah, I've got the stones.
Oh, you've got one of those.
Yeah, I've always had them. They kept
Grumpy
giving
guy.
them to me, right?
And I'm able to communicate with anyone I'm familiar with over the entire realm.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
there's
that's
that.
perfect.
great.
But that's a nice
Even
rock too.
Once
Are you familiar with the dragons, Mr. Quilliam?
Well, only from what I've heard from you, chatty Cathy's.
Familiar enough for the spell to work?
Well,
Probably not.
They are good rocks, aren't they? I'll be keeping them.
I was thinking once
You
we
dick.
get the dragons, we can communicate back to Minxie at least, and then
Ah,
tell her to meet us if she's found anyone.
true.
Tell us where the dragons are all gonna come to.
So we've got a bit of a plan, and that's great. Mr. Quill, you are actually, while these stones will still retain their purpose, you are familiar enough with Minxie here
Correct.
that you'll be able to let her know when we've...
Yes, I
gotten
don't
all of
think
our
that would be a
strength
problem
together.
at all.
And then
Excellent.
she will be able to bring all of the strength that she's able to gather to bear as well.
Well, great.
Great.
This is going to work out very well.
Do you have any like things you have to pay back and never tell?
Yeah.
So you have to tell good Victor.
No,
Okay.
Armageddon and all, just run away from people who are asking for money. Or
That's a good idea.
whatever.
Okay.
Or horses.
Don't trust horses.
Don't trust horses?
All right, you need to get going. The world is ending, and I'll start walking
Yes.
her towards the plank. And as I do that, I kind of use it as an excuse to get away from everyone and just be next to Minxie and go, "Be safe. Sorry for being the way I am. I mean the best, at least for you. So, yeah, it was
Oh,
very nice to
Victor.
know you. Really
It's
wish
nice
I could have
to know
gotten
you
to.
too.
Yeah.
You have greatness in you. You just need to see it. And I'll give him a little kiss on the cheek.
Aww.
You guys notice a little dim blue light from behind you, but like I standing right there.
And as Victor's like going to like say a heartfelt goodbye, just like, bye. Don't trip. It's a doozy. The bridge moves. Anyway,
Goodbye,
get to
Victor.
it.
Bye-bye.
And
Yeah.
as he
Bye.
starts
Salute.
yelling back to the crew, he's like, "Yeah, get this go." He just kind of looks over the railing every once in a while, and he'll just keep looking back at her on the.
She looks
God.
back once
Aw.
and waves.
All right.
Aren't you going with him?
She's
She's
going with
gone.
Happy
Have a
Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going with
I
happy
was
Victor.
confused which Victor you were.
Oh.
You were confused which one I was.
It is.
Yeah.
He was not very happy.
You know,
So yeah, as you walk away and you start to head towards your Victor to move on to your little side quest, you pass someone who looks a little confused. You can see on her face she's trying to read people as best as she can and kind of make heads and tails of what's going on. She seems about as lost as you were. Why don't you describe her for us?
Well, she has long, light gold hair and a pretty young face with bright blue eyes, but a lot of shiny bits to her because she is a cyborg.
Ta-da! Name change back to Alex Straza.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
What's
you
in there?
see Alex approach you, and she looks pretty familiar, but there are some elements that at first seem like little bits of plated armor or something, but as she gets closer, you notice they resemble a lot of the cog work that you had seen through Cogsbrook and things like that. And she has that same nice little dress on with like the little floral type folds and stuff that make up the legs, or the dress, the skirt portion rather. And she's coming towards you as she's kind of watching this cat-like creature walk the other way and making her way towards what she thinks is a familiar face.
If the ship is leaving...
It's not quite leaving yet.
Oh, I thought we were leaving. So I'm going to look back as I look at Minxie and see her and just jump over the rail onto the pier, and I'll activate my hover so that I kind of slow down. The tendrils kind of form this venom sticky cushion as I land on the thing, and I'll run towards Alex. Alex! Alex! It's me! It's Victor! And I'll run towards her on the dock. Alex!
Yeah, people start to clear out of your way and...
Alex, are you alright? What? You're awake!
I am awake.
The transfer worked! Surgery worked! They recreated you very well. Did you have a say in how they built your model? Or, they're looking awesome! What's going on, Alex? What's happening?
Friend. Hello, Victor.
Carrie!
I'm slowly following you.
What's going on? Are we leaving?
Carrie!
As soon as you start shouting, I will start running.
She needs help!
Oh, God.
Are
you okay? Alex! And I'll just hug you. Are you okay?
Hug. Embrace. Hi, friend.
Oh, come on.
Hi!
Carrie, you're
Carrie.
a
Yes, I'm friend.
Carrie.
Friend. And then...
Victor.
Oh, that's interesting. Who's your, is this an android?
Yes.
This is Alex.
Alex
our
the
friend.
android. Pleasure to meet you. Does it have feelings?
Hello, friend.
No, apparently not.
No.
New friend.
You know, I've seen better models than these.
Mr. Quill, if you would not treat her the way you're treating her, like a curiosity, that would be appreciated.
This is not curious to you. Wow, people do lead fascinating lives.
It's, we expected her to come... What's that? Oh my god. We expected her in this form, Mr. Quill, but, we expected her to be in this suit. I don't know if all of her's come back.
Zarek.
So you're saying one of your friends has been put inside this metallic frame?
Yes, she died in combat, and we were able to use an amulet that can communicate with the dead to transplant her consciousness into this shell.
Nice.
1 + 1 = 2. Simple stuff.
It's just like what they were doing to the masters in etc. Very similar style.
Mr. Quill, am I to understand that you're familiar with the magics at play here? Can you... And you said that you've seen better models?
I have. I mean, they're usually not this much of a void inside them.
Mr. Quill, can you fix some of the restrictions that she is clearly suffering from?
Well, with the guidance of your nose, I can...
Yes, you can
fix almost just about anything.
How long would it take? What do you need? Quill?
I need an action.
What?
We need 6 seconds.
All right. Carrie, let's help guide Alex back onto the ship. Quill, if you need some space...
I need some tinkering tools, and I didn't really bring my number 6 screwdriver with me.
All right. Write down a very detailed list of the things that you need. I'm going to belay the order to actually pull away from the dock. I'm going to run into town. I'm going to get what you need. All right? You diagnose this and let me know if it's possible to improve this and bring her back to her old self.
All right. He'll get a scrap of paper, start making some notes, and hand it to you. It says a tinker's kit.
Clever. All right. Excellent.
Just try to get all of it.
All of the thing. You can get all of the
Yes.
thing. That would be awesome.
I'm going to be just holding Alex and kind of slowly just rubbing my hand over her shoulder and bringing her back onto the ship. And maybe go and find one of my bags and go and find the pirate hat if I still have it, put it on her head, see if it does anything,
Nice.
just to like calm her down, make her feel very relaxed, and like be like, we're going on a mission, we're gonna go on a pirate ship,
On a special trip.
you're gonna be a pirate, you want to be my pirate princess? And I'll put my hand out to like help you up onto the ship, very like courteously and almost like Prince Charmingly.
Pirate.
Yeah,
Aw.
you remember pirates?
Hat.
Yeah, you like the hat? You like it? Good. Do you smile?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah. She has some metal bits, but she looks more human than she's
There's still like facial expressions.
Oh yeah,
and
she's
things.
Alex.
Cool.
She's
just,
not as smiley as she was right now, but she will smirk at the hat.
That's
you
good.
And Calvin Vick is going off to try and get a Tinker's kit.
Yeah, as I run down the dock, I pretty much stop walking on the wood as the black just kind of pools out of the jar down my arm and then leg, and it just kind of propels me into the air. I'm like, Tinker's kit! Give me a Tinker's kit!
Give me a
just
perception check.
kind of like moving through the rooftops. Perception check?
Yeah.
Does my high vantage point give me?
Actually, yes, it actually would.
Woo! Nice. Because
So
I
you can
have
see around
bad
corners 'cause
perception.
you-
For a total of 10.
Oh, so you got 10. That's all you needed.
All right.
So when you say Tinkerer's Kit, you actually notice someone look at you. And it
Okay.
looks like it's this kind of little dwarfing guy, and he's got a wagon with him. And it looks like it's full of a bunch of things. It looks like it's full of a bunch of things that he probably didn't buy, and is maybe just stuff he's rummaged through and found within, the events that have taken place. And like you said yourself, a lot of things are unattended.
Yeah.
It looks like he's been kind of grabbing what he can, and he's trying very hard to get his way out.
All right.
And he sees you from up there, and he starts kind of moving his way down.
While still in the air,
Yep.
I am going to Mage Hand, send the Mage Hand down, reach into the cart, grab a Tinkerer's Kit, and
Nice.
pull it, and then fly right back.
Nice. Why don't you roll an
Got
Arcana
him.
check for me? I want to see how well you can pull this off.
Yours ain't
As
invisible
he's kind of-
either, is it?
Yeah.
What's that?
Your mage hand?
No.
So we can see it. Okay. Let's see just how good this thing is.
Alright,
what'd you get,
so,
Cal?
now, would it be an Arcana with my spellcasting mod rather than an intelligence-based one?
Yeah, I would say so, because
Okay.
that's kind of what it's around, right?
Yeah. Okay, so my spellcasting mod is the... Oh, whoa. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
It's charisma, right?
Yeah. Alright. Oh, went from a natural 1 to a 19,
Ooh.
19 plus 4. So,
Nice. Yeah,
23.
the hand finds it perfectly, grabs it. Absolutely. Now, I'm gonna see if he's quick enough to actually notice what's going on and make a fight for this thing, because I don't know if he is or not.
So I'm got these like black tendrils that are suspending me in the air, and not even a mage hand. It's just like ink just goes
Yeah,
and
like
grabs it and starts pulling it out. And
Like a
he's
go-go gadget ink hand almost.
All right.
Kind of. Now, he does grab this thing. So at this point, it would be a contested grapple, but I don't know what the mage hand would really qualify with this, right? Would you
All right.
would you treat it as an arcana as opposed to a strength?
How I'm going to treat it
It'd be
Yes.
very, very poor
I
strength.
begin to sink down towards him, and as it like pulls me down towards him, I'll just go, I need this more than you do, I think. And I'll like stay
Yeah.
that like foot off the ground, so even more above him, and I'll just kind of have the black
Okay.
that's pulling in kind of cover onto me.
Instead of a grapple check, do an intimidation.
Correct.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
All right, come on. Yeah.
Fingers.
Okay, 15 plus...
First roll of the day.
15 plus 7, 22.
Yeah, he is very visibly scared. I think you just kind of caught him by surprise, and he went with his gut instinct to defend his property, which isn't his property.
Yes.
And then he realized what he'd gotten himself into as the big man came down and hovered over top of him. You can see he's a little bit frightened as he lets go. And it's alright. I mean, we're all friends here. What's mine is yours, and what's his, it'll be mine later. So,
You know, I'm not the biggest fan of pirates. And I'll just grab it to myself, turn around, and
As you're stealing.
yes.
Oh, the
He
irony.
is unaware of what he's doing anymore. The world doesn't make sense.
You found yourself a tinker's kit, and you intimidated this poor dwarven thief.
Poor dwarven thief.
Poor
yes.
dwarven thief. But yes, you have yourself a tinker's kit. And you can make your way back to the ship, and as you do, you can see Alex is there with Quill kind of going over some stuff. Quill, what are you doing?
I'm just like opening up her. What are you wearing?
A dress.
Yeah, so I'd be
Yeah.
opening all that up
Dress.
and pretty much just laying you down and just looking at everything, all your components, and just memorizing
I'll be
every little
holding
piece
your
of you.
hand.
Yeah, you can see there's actually why don't you do an investigation check?
Writing
We'll see.
L on your left foot, so you don't mess that up.
It's not the right one, so he just takes one off and puts it on the other one. He's like, whatever. Can you do
lowercase
an investigation check for me?
For what?
I want to. Well, you'll find out if you find it or not. You're inspecting everything, right?
Yeah, I'm just...
Perfect.
Ding. Investigation. It is 19.
Nice. You notice that most of her doesn't seem to be as kind of cog-ridden as you would expect, but there's definitely some solidness under the flesh. It looks like there was an effort made to kind of preserve some of the feminine features, but you do notice there is one thing that stands out. There's a kind of a lump on the back of the head underneath the hair. And as you feel around, there's a little cavity there about yay big, and it looks like something should go in there. And as you reach in, you just find some pieces of hair, of her hair. That was what I think Zarek put
Inside the hole?
Yeah, it's been put inside the cavity where you don't know this, but they do,
There
where
should've
the
been that.
locket would
Yeah,
go.
there should have been the
Mhm.
locket.
It looks like,
But no luck.
but there's no locket, which might account for a slower recovery. But there is the components in there from the locket. It looks like maybe they were 99% of the way there, but someone needed that locket.
Okay. Well,
Someone took the locket.
though, pardon?
Like, you're looking for the locket?
Well, I'm looking for something. There's usually some kind of drive that goes into the back of the skull right there. You see, it's just vacant and somebody left some hair in there. I'm sure it was hair from your old friend.
Throws it
Yeah.
from your back.
She should have her soul, though.
Should, but perhaps it's on this drive that's missing. So I'm afraid without that, there's not much I can do.
Is,
I'll
Victor
take that
back?
kit though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll like thump down on the deck and just and I'll run down, kind of mage hand pass it to you as quickly as possible and go, all right, I had to rob a thief to get it, but we're rewriting it all anyway, so who gives a shit? We were gonna steal a ship, why not a kit? There you go.
Great.
There you go. Can you
I-
work your magic? Or
Perhaps Noza can do something. I will try.
Mhm.
He will get down on his knees, hands together, scepter up,
A
and
religion check.
well, he's just going to channel divinity
Perfect.
as an action.
Chico.
So for the next 10 minutes, that'll just grant me proficiency with the tools that I'm using.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys are setting off, and you guys have a while to go in the water. And while this is going on, yeah, you're gonna take 10 minutes to see if you can get yourself proficient with these tools, and yeah, that absolutely works.
All right,
But,
and then I'm just gonna try to tinker away and see if
Yeah.
I can make her any better.
So,
See if I can open up some of those locked rooms in her brain.
well, why don't you roll with proficiency for your kit and see kind of what you discover?
What kind of roll would that be?
Well, what role would be applicable for you? Would it be
Like a medicine
like
check?
a sleight of
perhaps?
hand? If you, it depends. It could be an arcana if you're going to
Oh.
try to focus the magic of the soul. It might be like a medicine check if you're going to see where human parts are connected to other things. What approach are you going to take to this?
What, investigation?
Yeah, that's a general. Yeah.
Yeah, go
And don't forget
Go
to
medicine.
guidance yourself.
medicines. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't been a clear very long. But I will.
That's
You
why
would
I
know
figured
that.
it was worth
Bless me.
mentioning, just in case.
He would know. He's been
Because,
around,
you know,
so
who
it's like-
knows? Alright, so I'll try that and then I'll add a d4 to it. So
There you go.
There we go. Big old medicine check.
Would me also channeling divinity help in any way?
If you want to lend him aid,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Are you already
Like,
at advantage?
yeah.
anyways?
No, I'm not
No,
a
okay.
divinity, I
Cool.
just
Then
have-
I'm
you
gonna
could
channel.
definitely
I'm
name
gonna get down on my knees with you and
Uh-huh.
pray to your god, and try and
Right.
channel divinity as well,
Okay.
just to help you. Because like my one's just oath of devotion, and it's
Literally
not.
devotion to anything.
Yeah, like, but like
The incredible
I
moral
normally use it
support.
on my sword.
The incredible moral
Alright.
support and
But-
team camaraderie that's kind of coming through here is
But
giving
yeah,
you
that's
advantage.
great, Carrie. Can you
If it-
pass me that hex drive, please? And you're aiding me that way.
Scalpel.
There you go.
So thanks for the aid. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, and a D4. Nice. 22.
Ooh.
Wow. You break a 20. You notice as you're working on her that you do see a little bit of character in her face. It's just a little
A
subtle.
little eyebrow twitch.
Yeah, a little smirk in conversations. And as you're kind of going through stuff, it seems like everything is fine. It's just the drive that usually would kickstart everything right away. It's not there, but it does seem like it's been used to start the process of bringing that soul in. But as a catalyst to kind of move things along and have that human-like revival, I guess, that drive not being present has really kind of stunted the growth. You believe that it's not the end of everything for her. It seems like it might be a slow go, but you don't know how slow.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Quilliam, he'll get up and start cleaning off his hands with a rag. Carrie, could you help her get dressed again?
Absolutely. I'll just.
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do. She seems to be stuck in this state of mind for now. I've done all I can. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you
Void.
for trying.
Sadness.
Yes.
I'll just hug her. I'll get her changed and hug her.
Where's Happy Alex Strauss? Get two of them side by side.
But keep an eye out for some drive. Looks like it's in a circular shape, about yay big. I don't know how you could possibly...
We've seen it.
Wait a minute. How could you possibly...
How could you possibly find such a thing? Is that what you're saying?
How could you possibly find something... Let me try one more thing. I cast Locate Object.
Ah.
Now,
So,
do you
describe or name an object and which that I'm familiar with, but I think
That's
I'm
so-
familiar
I'm
myself
gonna
with like what it should look
yeah.
like, what kind of shape it should be
I'm
in.
going to describe it completely to you because that's the thing that Zarek gave
It's up to you.
her.
Does anyone have anything a little more tangible than just a description, like a illusionary spell, something to actually familiarize him physically with it as best as you can? Otherwise,
I'm
you
gonna,
can.
I'm going to go look for a locket or a compass. Something that has like a round circle that's
do you have your
the
book?
size.
As she goes to run away, I go,
yeah,
put my hand out and summon
it.
prestidigitation, a small
Oh, you
image.
have one. Good.
And I go, there we go.
So you see.
Yeah,
God.
that's what I'm looking for, something like that.
So you see this
Give us
pop out
good.
in his
Which
hand,
one?
this little
Huh?
locket with a
Yeah.
kind of glass casing on it, and it's described perfectly. The image is very clear, and you know the exact purpose of this item. There is only one that has been used for this, so I will say you have familiarized yourself enough with it that you can locate object.
Right.
Now, is there a range for this?
1,000 feet.
Hmm.
I'm casting it
Ooh, a
anyways.
kilometer.
Is anyone selling one
No.
down?
It is cast.
You know it is not within 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Wait a minute, can I?
Oh.
Does it give you a sense of direction if it's outside of that zone?
No,
No?
it's just
Okay.
I can't.
Then no. You cast it and you just know it's not nearby. It's not like it fell out. You know, Calvin and Carrie, I mean, you guys know that they said they have to have the locket to get this process going, and it looks like the process is
Started.
done,
Yeah.
but
It'll just
it
take
just
longer.
hasn't, it's not done baking yet. It looks like someone took it out early.
Okay.
And you know it's not within 1,000 feet, but that's all that you know.
And I'm just gonna, Alex, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna check the back of your head just to make sure you're all good. All right?
Okay, friend.
Yeah. Awesome. And I'll just like part the hair and look at the compartment on the back that he kind of closed up when he was done working with it. Does it look like anyone like attacked it or like tried to force it open? Does it look like someone got like a tool in there and like bent the latch open?
You can see
What does
that
it look-
everything was done with surgical hands. It is perfect. There's not a nick anywhere except right around the left side of this little cavity there. It looks like something was jammed in there without surgical precision. And it very much so juxtaposes the rest of the quality surrounding it. So it does kind of stand out, and her hair doesn't look damaged, doesn't look like she hit her head or anything.
Which is what I tell you with my role about investigating this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
A little bit of both.
All right. So, it's not within 1,000 meters. So it hasn't dropped here. Nor did whoever take this thing from her, are they within a kilometer still. But someone did actually remove this. And it wasn't the person that we entrusted to actually bring her back. That process seems to have been done almost to completion. So Neumann most likely isn't behind this. I think someone else has intervened to take it from her. But why they would want this particular thing, I'm not 100% sure.
Perhaps she's seen too much.
Oh.
Alex, do you remember waking up? Do you remember seeing anyone when you woke up?
Do you see a little gnome called Neumann?
No, you didn't see a gnome when you woke up. You woke up outside of city limits, Cogsbrook. Looked like there was no way in, gates weren't open, you couldn't hear anything from the inside like the hustle and bustle you would expect. It seemed relatively deserted, and there was no horses or carriages nearby. If anyone was around, it looks like everyone split, and you really didn't know where to go, so you started walking. And that's where your memory kind of comes in, is just with that understanding that you were alone and you had to find someone somewhere, and this is where you ended up.
Did you see anyone other than Neumann, the gnome?
No. Alone.
No, I'm alone.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, she's obviously seen the people in this town and stuff walking by, but yeah.
All right. Just a little bit more. And actually, I'll base it on the description that he did as he analyzed from head to toe. It doesn't look like she has any signs of battle injuries or anything like that.
No.
The only mark is that one. So it's,
the only mark is that one. You can tell that the dress is a little dirty, but she's
But she's been walking. Yeah.
But it's
She's
dirty.
got oil coming out of a couple
But
places.
the dress is dirty, kind of on the side and the back. It looks like someone was taking a lot of care to make her perfect and pretty. And then at some point, she was just thrown on the ground. And here she is now.
Well, I don't know what this means. I really don't know what direction this is pointing in, other than the fact that it seems like Neumann held up his end of the bargain to the best of his ability. He did practically everything he was instructed to do, and I dare say he might have gone a step further, because it looks like someone broke into her head before she even could resist and took the locket out. And Neumann, at the very least, because I imagine if someone wanted to just take that from her, they would have taken the locket, removed the hair from it, and thrown it on the ground and left.
Yeah.
But the hair went back in, and the compartment was closed back
He
up.
really cared. Yeah. He was making sure she was okay.
I don't think we've been betrayed, but who the hell got to Cogsbrook? Who has anything to do with Cogsbrook?
Can you send to anyone if you have a description of them enough? Can
It's
we
a
hit
much
Neumann
harder.
very
It's if I really know the person, is the only way I can do it.
You never met anyone in Cogsbrook when you were there? When
I've never been to Cogsbrook.
Oh,
Not
Into other
He's
places
seen
like
worlds
it.
with
Yeah.
technology similar, but
Okay,
Cogsbrook's kind of a different thing for him.
So someone has interfered with the gnomes in Cogsbrook. And you know what? We can go and check that out later, maybe when we're on our way back up to the north in order to link back up with the Red Dragon.
yes.
But
For now.
as of
we
right
need
now, it's a
sort
little
this
bit of a
dragon.
mystery. You have been alone up until now. You will not be alone for the rest of the trip.
Friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're with
Zarek?
friends.
Zarek's on his own mission at the moment. He's sailing around. He's with my friend. Remember? The grumpy old guy? That drank a lot?
Rufus, our teacher, the pirate.
Friend.
Yeah. He was my friend.
Rufus, friend, always kind of been friend. Zarek, not so much friend.
No, Zarek is great. Just
What?
For her. For her
What
sake.
do you mean for her? You tell the
Alex.
truth.
Yes, but it's Alex.
All
You know,
right.
With me, you can tell the truth and you can just push me and be like, go this way. But I think Alex definitely needs to have the happy.
There
happy
will
victory.
come a time. Excuse us. There's going to come a time, though, where we are going to have to say, hey, remember how we told you he was great when you woke back up? Truth of the matter is, there was the whole sacrifice thing, and then, he got lost and died or
He
something.
might not have died. Rufus is very good at sailing.
Okay. Sure.
I'm sure they're okay.
Yeah, I last saw him going north. That's not a good sign.
No.
So, like, what do you want? What's the game plan here? Because if you're going to tell her that Zarek is great
No, but
and
I'm
not
worried
mention
that
that he is lost and why he's lost, that's going to come up at some point, yeah?
Yeah, but also what you did is going to come up at some point.
I'm
And I don't
totally
want her
fine with
to-
that.
Okay. But I just want to protect Alex just a little bit.
You know what? I'm going to go and handle the crew.
Okay.
Because they need to know what's going on, and I think they're going to need some firm leadership. I'm going to go up there and let them know that everything's cool. It's just a dragon.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Thank
I'm going to leave you to handle this. Because you're a big girl now, so I'm going to give you this mission.
Okay.
Consequences are yours. It's all under the carry tree of responsibility.
Okay. I've got this.
Crush
on
it.
fire already.
And I'll just walk up the stairs and be like, all right, guys, don't worry, we're heading into these territories, but we've done it before. And I'll leave
Sailing off,
her to
sailing
tell
away.
what she wants to Alex.
Yeah. You guys are going. You're on the water already.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, you
yes,
guys have been moving this
we've
whole
been
time.
sailing.
I
We
said
got
when you were
on the boat
casting that 10-minute ritual, you guys
Yeah.
are on the water, so
Okay.
you have the time to do it. You guys are already moving. You're good to go. I was like, who's blowing that damn horn?
Quilliam just in the bottom. I like the water. That's what I
Look what I
love it.
found.
I just love being on the water. This is very nice.
Captain,
And-
we're moving, damn it,
You know,
stop!
I've been to a world that was entirely covered in water. Did you know that?
Waterworld.
Yeah. Underwater cities were the only things around.
That sounds...
Good time. Until they all died, of course.
Yep, there's always that part.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be around her.
Moon. There was a moon that crashed into that one. That was good.
I forget that you've only been to places that die.
Right. You see that blue star? Right. That's actually the story of that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's blue because
Oh.
it's sad and watery.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Alright, what are you telling Alex?
yeah, go for it.
Hi, I'm gonna go up to Alex and just sit her down with me. When you were little, did you ever hear your parents arguing at all? Getting angry with each other, or back before you were with the dragon, or even when Tiamat, was Tiamat's heads ever angry at each other? Did they ever like...
Tiamat.
Do you remember Tiamat?
Dragon.
Yeah, well, we're going to go and help a dragon right now, actually. And I'm sure once they see you, they're going to be very, very happy. But they've been a bit angry at each other, and sometimes people can get very angry and fight, and that's why Eric's gone for a little bit. He's doing his own thing just while they calm down. So Victor and Eric are a bit upset with each other, but they're going to be okay. They just got very
Eric
angry.
upset.
Yeah, but he's still a friend. He's still your friend. He still cares about you a lot.
Is Eric gone?
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna hug her.
here's this little sound. Is
I'm gonna hug her and just pat her back and
it's very firm.
for now,
Chick works
but-
out. Ting, ting, ting.
for now, but he's gonna be back. I promise. We're gonna find him. He'll be fine. You know Zarek. He's
okay. Carrie.
Yeah.
He's naked and afraid.
Make a 7-layer dip out of lies.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, but Alex is a sweet little child and she needs some protecting.
Now, as you guys leave Grimsby and you start to head towards your destination,
Yep.
luckily for you guys,
North.
north.
I know we're going north. I always know.
That's right. Is this the opposite of the other character?
It is. Yeah.
We're going north. Nice. So the wind's actually helping you guys along a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be about 3 squares roughly per day, and it's about 2 and some change or so until you get there. So it'll be a long day, but you can get there before nighttime hits. Now, do you guys want to nap or do anything?
What kind of weather are we
It's
getting
cold.
into?
It is
getting
very
colder?
cold. It's getting cold quite a bit quicker. I know, like Victor and Carrie,
And the
Quill wasn't
The
on.
wind is at our backs.
Yes, the wind is north, and you guys are headed north.
So the cold wind's coming from our backs.
Yes.
The air that you're in is still cold.
Yeah.
The wind is coming from this way.
Gotcha.
Right. It's a dragon-related environment.
Gotcha.
It's unnaturally cold. Now, you know that on your position to the map, just on the other side of the continent, same longitude or latitude? Same horizontal. Yeah, there you go. It wasn't that cold. This is a little bit towards the Dossington area.
Yeah.
It's a little chillier as you get up north towards the Roland Dossington kind of spot, but it wasn't nearly this cold. This is very cold. And as you guys approach, you kind of notice this rather large black hole as the sheets of ice start to kind of work their way up around it as if something punched right through the land itself.
Mm-hmm.
And we see... I don't know what map I'm even on, so we're going to see how this goes. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Can you move to the other one? Or
Oh, yeah.
Can't. Perfect. Is it working?
It's just loading. But
Oh, it's being slow. Wonderful. Let's do a little bit of this. There we go. You guys see that? I moved you. There we go. Ta-da! So yes, you eventually stop as the ship can't really push through much more ice. And you notice that there are a couple smaller boats kind of laid in front of you and some crates and things like that, as well as some corpses. And right kind of towards the mouth of this opening as the ship works its way into the ice and kind of wedges itself. And you can see the fisherman that was helping, he's looking over the edge. He turns to you and he goes, "This was not supposed to be this dense here. This is not the way... I'm sorry,
It's all right.
I did not mean to crash into anything. You must understand, I was here before when the dragon first appeared, and we did not have this kind of difficulty navigating the waters."
Perhaps I should have mentioned before that the dragons tend to affect the environment around them. I thought that your sailors were familiar with the effect on the water, but this one clearly has an affinity towards ice.
Well, it is your boat, so, you know.
Well, I don't think we actually have a prow fitted, because normally we need like an ironclad hull to actually break through these things when we're doing northern shipments. I don't think we have that, so I think we stop here. I think the rest of this is going on foot.
Yes, like I said before, though, I'm going to have to send you on your way. Like I said, my crew is not comfortable waiting. There are boats to the side. We can take the smaller boats ourselves, or if you would like, we can take the big ship, leave you a smaller boat each. But we cannot stay. And you can see he's kind of looking around a little. He's getting a little shaky.
How about this? Quill, you've been on the ship for a couple of days now. I'm sure you've managed to interview its captain.
I've gotten all their stories. Quite fascinating people, these. I mean, they have a rich heritage.
What I'm getting at is if you are familiar enough with him in order to contact him magically.
Oh, yes.
Well, how about this, Quill? You take the ship in its entirety with you, keep it all in one piece, and then Quill here will contact you when we're good to go. And then you just extract us and we'll move on.
I will stay within maybe an hour or so.
Go somewhere warmer for a bit. You know, this might take a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did
Make sure the
start to
crew's
really
well
get-
rested.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he agrees
Oh my God,
wholeheartedly.
is that a body?
There's a few of them.
There's a few more. I'll just be like,
What's that?
that's probably their friends.
Is it?
Might be. He did say that a lot of his ship's people
There we go.
died. But
And I don't know where Calvin went, but apparently he's under the ice. Everyone
our
who
boat was low on batteries, so I plugged it back.
good job, battery. Boat battery.
So looking out onto the ice, do we see bodies and
Yes,
shipwrecks?
yeah,
and
you see
everything?
bodies in a couple smaller ships, as well as some crates and things that look like either they've been left behind from cargo, trying to just keep the weight off so they can get out of there as fast as possible. Or
As I said, hey, bodies.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is as good an indicator as any that I think we're on the right track, yeah?
absolutely.
All the other dragons have done some form of nature chicanery and whatnot, so off we go, disembark.
Mhm.
Let's get ready. Captain, if while we're disembarking you can go and fetch us some extra covers and whatever
Better
spare
suited
clothes
for the weather.
and-
I understand.
yes, anything that's waterproof would help.
I will do it again. We have lots of things in the storage. I will get some things ready so that when you call for me, we are ready to go.
Perfect. And so we will get like as much of an equivalent of waterproof winter insulating gear we can, and
You
we'll
can
survive.
essentially kind of nullify the effects to an extent if you do start losing some clothing, or if you do get it damaged, then we'll kind of go down that road. But right now you feel comfortable.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can like change my Under Armour stuff for like fairy stuff that helps with the
Yes,
cold.
that's right.
Cool.
Yes. Now, who's going off the boat first?
Well, I'll go first, I
Okay.
guess.
Why don't you move your token for me?
Okay.
I'm gonna go off the front, maybe like hang down the things.
Okay.
If I can.
Very small little patch of ice. That's
So
kind
she's on like
yeah.
the heaviest, I think, compared to like
Okay.
Quill.
Why are you
Just
going down
gonna-
from way up there?
Yeah, she throws a rope down, anchors it, and just starts making her way down. Lands on a small piece of ice, about a 5x5.
Alright,
Who's
I'll just
going?
be hanging over the edge watching.
Okay, who's going next?
Is it solid? You good?
Think so. No, like hold on to the rope.
Yes,
Just-
yeah,
oh,
as
yes,
you're
I'm
holding on
holding
to
on
the
to
and
it.
moving your
Okay.
feet left to right, you can feel that the ice you're on is solid enough to support you, but as you
Yeah.
shift your weight one side or the other, it seems like you've landed kind of on the fulcrum,
Okay.
and it doesn't look like it's connected very well to the other pieces around you.
Okay. Don't move too much, but we
Alright.
should be okay.
Then get out of the way. I'm coming next.
Okay.
I don't want you on the same piece of me. I'm kind of heavy.
I'm gonna.
All right, Quill, you go
Heavier
next.
than I look.
And while I'm kind of helping him get onto the rope and helping him go down, I am going to shape water. I can do it up to 3 times, and I will
Nice.
shape, freezing the gaps where it's most damaged, just to like link
Nice.
things and make it into a much wider,
Nice.
more stable platform.
Now, what area can you affect with this? How much of this ice can
Each
you
one of
do?
them is a 5x5 area, so it's
Okay.
like a 5x5 cube.
Nice. So why don't you draw a shape? So which ones would you like to affect?
The ones that
just
are
kind
the
of on a
landing
straight-
area for these two.
Okay, so we'll go 5x5 there. That one we'll consider to be safe. And then that one would be safe. And then that one would be safe. So there's really only one jump you guys have to make, but you've effectively made a little bridge.
Quill, Carrie, try to walk on the larger flows. Try to walk on the bigger pieces. You'll use less of my magic. All right, we're coming down.
Yeah, we're good. Thinks we can't walk.
Are you doing it 3 times, right?
Good.
You're doing-
Yeah, I can
okay,
do it
perfect.
up to
I'll
3
give him a
times.
high
at a time.
five. I'll give Quill a high five and be like, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
And then I'll
Um,
turn to Alex and go, all right, Alex, is enough of you in there that you think you can
Walk it down.
do this? Do you want to help? Do you feel confident, strong, safe? You think you can stay safe?
Alex, strong.
Good. Awesome. All right. So you're good with this?
Okay.
I was hoping for something stronger than okay. It makes me feel a
She'll
little
go.
bad.
She'll
Nice.
just start walking.
Just keep
Perfect. Now I have a question. As you guys are making your way off the boat, how are you doing it? Are you trying to be quiet as you approach the entrance? Are you figuring, we're out in the middle of nowhere and you're just moving? How are you approaching
Oh,
this?
I'm sneaking.
You're sneaking?
I think we would probably be moving pretty slowly and carefully on like the weird broken ice, but
yeah.
once we get to the solid stuff.
Especially as I'm not very dexterous.
Yeah, and my guy's just hovering an inch above the ice.
Right.
And it's like pushing down on it a little bit.
Yeah, so it does kind of warp and shift the...
Yeah. It's a little snow like drifts off from around it. as
Okay,
he's
Carrie,
walking.
if you're
do
actually
that at all
attempting to
times?
sneak and you're going to be
Oh, yeah.
leading it,
Whoa.
why don't you roll a stealth?
Neat.
Of course.
And then who's next? Is it Alex or Victor?
Alex.
Alex, you want to move your token? I don't know if you can or not. I can move it if you can.
Let's see a token for her. Oh, there it is. I got it.
Ba-bam! Perfect. And Alex, how are you doing this? Are you jumping down? Are you being more stealthy about this?
I am hopscotching it.
Hopscotching it. No stealth roll for you.
It is Alex.
Nice.
I got a 15.
You got a 15? Okay. So,
Nice.
you're relatively quiet. Quill, are you trying to be quiet or no?
I mean, as quiet as he can be. He's wearing that heavy armor and stuff, so disadvantage.
Yeah, so if you're making an attempt, make the attempt, just do it at disadvantage.
Right.
And Alex, you're not making any attempt, but if you're trying to do hopscotch, I'm curious just how strong you are with this. Do you mind rolling a strength check for me just to see how
Sure.
exuberant and energetic you can be about your
It's
hopscotching?
an 11 for me.
Okay, not great, but
Could be worse.
Okay. Hold on.
Could I give her the
Nat 20.
this game.
Cool.
Now, Chris,
Yes.
I want, since the high roll is bad in this case,
It is.
while holding onto the rope, I am going to let go of these shaped waters near where I am to concentrate them around where she is, to effectively give that roll disadvantage, which is like aid.
Yes. So
A
why don't
high
you roll
number is
again?
bad.
Yeah. So why don't you roll again?
Yeah.
He's going to try and get in the way of your excitement and calm your steps a little. So at disadvantage.
Give you more stable
Pick the lowest
hopscotching.
number, yes.
That is a 6.
Oh.
So you
Much
go
better.
from you land, you go,
0.
and you nice. So you can see her feet are quite a lot heavier than they used to be, and she is excited, and your instinct is and yeah, you focus all your energy, and you can stabilize things enough so that she doesn't start breaking through anything, and you actually kind of soften and cushion her feet just enough that she seems to be just fine.
she almost just like just sinks right to the bottom. All right, and once she gets across, I'm just like, oh my god.
Well, no one's across yet.
Oh no.
But at this, oh well,
just in the middle.
We're just moving.
at the same time, I am going to smile a little bit just to be like, because I recognize that there's a part of her in there.
Yes.
So I'm just like, she's gonna be the death of us, mostly herself. Whatever.
Nice.
And I'll start moving behind her.
Perfect. And Victor, you're not doing a stealth or anything like that. You're just moving.
Well, I'm moving it slowly and carefully, which I imagine would be the equivalent of a stealth, though that's not my intent.
Yeah. Then we'll just roll to see how that equates to.
Not one.
Oh my god. So you focus on Alex, and you're like, "Oh, Alex! Oh no, dear, let me help you." And you do a wonderful job softening Alex's blow.
I don't have inspiration. Damn it.
But
I'll
unfortunately,
turn around and put a hand on Alex. I'll give you guidance. You make sure you stay on your feet.
oh
Okay.
boy. Okay,
Don't do
Victor,
that.
do a perception check for me.
You're too far from me.
Perception check, not my strongest suit. 10 minus 1, 9.
No, do a dex save for me.
Okay. Sorry, just gotta look what that is.
Do DC
And that is
13.
a 5 plus 3. That's total of 8.
No. So you jump down and you land quite a lot harder than you expected to. You can feel the ice crack, but you didn't quite notice it in time to get out of the way, and the ice splits beneath your feet, and you start to kind of sink into this very chilly water.
I fly.
Wonderful.
Good.
That's great.
Is that a reaction?
It is not a reaction. Though, yeah.
So you would go down.
Oh, because I failed the dex
you
save.
would get wet, and then you would fly at that point.
I like-
it would just
Cool.
take a split second to kind of,
Cool.
Yeah, you
much
win.
like a kid being thrown in the pool. Like,
We're on the same team.
You win.
Now, as you're floating around in the water, and you fly up, you're at a pretty good vantage point. I want you to make another perception check.
Okay. 11.
Everyone else make a perception at disadvantage. You guys aren't quite as high up, and it's a little hard to see what's going on with all the snow blowing around and everything.
While I'm up there, I'm gonna be like, my god, and start prestidigitationing to dry me like a foot at a time.
Yeah, and
It's
how high are you?
I'd float up to like 10 feet above the ice,
10
I
feet?
suppose.
I got a free
For
for
the perception?
15.
At disadvantage?
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Did you get-
Oh, disadvantage. 14.
That's pretty good. But the only one that really notices is Mark.
What is this?
Quill, you see something as you're very observant and used to actually looking and hyper-focusing on all these little details and taking everything in, and you notice that there's something out there that's just starting to break the surface of where the gaps are between the ice, the softer parts where there's actually water. You notice a little fin pop up and dip back down.
Hey, there's some kind of finned creature over there.
What?
What color is it?
Metallic. It looks like it has little cogs and stuff on it.
Oh, it's a metallic fin.
Well, get off the unstable ice. I'll float higher, float
Oh, come on.
over top of them,
To the
and
bank.
freeze the path ahead of them to make it more stable.
Come on, Carrie.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll-
before
yeah.
you guys can move, you perceived it. It does get a surprise round,
Ah.
and it is hungry. And you did break the water and get it quite excited for a second there. Now, the rest of you are kind of quiet. So,
Now he perceived it and it's getting a surprise round?
so
odd.
he sees it coming.
Okay.
So,
Well, I guess because it's under ice.
It's similar to you.
You can't see where
it's similar to you perceiving the ice cracking to make your deck save. I'm just curious if he sees it coming.
Ah, okay. Cool.
This shark has to make a decision about what it's going to do.
Okay.
There are 3 of you there. So, Quill, you're floating a little bit, and you perceived this thing. Is there anything that you want to do before this thing goes off? You have a split second.
How
you
far
just
is it
saw
from
it fin.
you?
It is,
Can
and
we
we'll
put it
put
on
it
the
right in the
map?
water. It is quite literally right there.
Oh, okay, right under our feet.
My.
Yeah.
This is why it's you have a split second to see it, but not necessarily do full actions. If you have a reaction, you can use that. Other than that,
A reaction.
That's
Let's see what
shark.
this guy has for reactions.
Oh god.
Reaction. Nothing. Run!
so in that case, as you see the fin and you scream out run, it is going to make an attack against you as you do
All right.
scream, and it is right by you. I don't like this thing. That's okay. Let's see what happens. So, yeah, you can see that this
Picture.
very large shark pops out, and its teeth are quite jagged, and it looks like it's almost filed down in a way that looks serrated, kind of like the kitchen knives that we have nowadays.
Yeah.
There's some intent done to this. And
To the shark's teeth?
it is
Well,
made to be a
They
predator,
like making look
but it is made to be
like animals.
a caricature of itself to some
Yeah.
extent.
Oh, so am I missing a crucial detail? Is this a mechanical
Yes,
shark?
it is a
Oh.
metallic
Yeah.
cog with cogs.
Yeah, cogs for
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this picture of a shark.
That's the only picture we can find of a
Got it,
shark.
got it,
Times
got
we were running short.
Yeah.
Mark, does a 19 hit?
No.
Beautiful.
Oh.
So this shark breaches the water and it goes to take a big bite out of you, but it
Yeah.
can't quite determine where you
It
are.
lodges on my shield and
It tries so hard, but you're floating and it doesn't quite realize just how few inches above the ice that you are, and it just gets a big pallet of ice. And as that happens, we're going to actually start to take away a little bit of the terrain here. So why don't you do a deck save for
terrain
me?
leaves.
Dex save. Because of my cloak of protection, that's a 15.
Nice. So, as it comes in, it takes away that little chunk that you're standing on, and you're able to jump back to that block right
Nice.
there, just out of the way as this guy moves forward, trying to take a bite out of you, but ultimately failing. And that piece of ice that you had solidified there, Calvin, right in the middle, it's completely gone. There's just a 5x5 square of water as the ice gets eaten up by this shark that didn't quite make its target.
My lord.
Go.
And now we roll for initiative.
Awesome.
I was really hoping you had a reaction or something cool.
Nope.
What the hell, stupid shark?
7.
I got a 9.
Better than this dumb shark.
12.
18.
Hold on. Okay, did you get Lisa?
7.
7. Mr. Mark?
18.
Mr. Calvin?
12.
12. Sorry.
9.
9. Cool. So it's going to start off the order with Mr. Mark. You just got narrowly, you narrowly avoided rather getting eaten by this shark, or chomped away at least. You moved yourself 5 feet back onto a square out of the way. What are you going to do now?
What to do now? A lot of my spells are word-based, and he don't understand me too good, I'm sure.
You can try. Hey, Finhead.
Actually, with it being a mechanical animal that responds
It
to the
might.
commands of the zookeepers,
Well,
maybe
I
it's
don't know
programmed to
about
understand
zookeepers
English.
or anything.
You don't know. You can
I'm new
try.
here.
If your instinct would tell you to try, you can try.
You can tell a dog to sit and it'll do it.
That's right. If it's been trained commands, I don't know how much they domesticate sharks.
A metal shark? That might be the one that they put commands in
They
to be like,
specifically
yo,
said,
maybe
we
we should...
want these to be as normal and natural as possible. That's why they had them in like enclosures and stuff like that.
They need to do their safety laws.
I'm just saying.
We should
All right.
put a kill switch on that, should we?
What did they do? Like, he even
Well-
said that he had, like, back when he was back in the zoo, he had a button that he could press and then just turn them off.
That's
but
right.
when he was teleported, he didn't have it.
But the button isn't in English.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
These guys listens to commands?
No,
No!
not that one. Listens to button.
No bueno.
Okay, no. Okay, I will disengage and head for shore. Disengage
Nice.
and run.
Nice.
Cool. Make your way then to shore. You got what, 30 feet of movement?
5, 10, 15,
Oh, is it difficult
20,
terrain?
30,
Actually,
Ice.
yes, it would be difficult
Yeah,
terrain.
sorry.
Yes, you're
We
moving,
don't
you're
use
moving
it.
at half. My apologies.
5,
Move
10, 15,
No, that's open water, Mark. You gotta make your way on the path.
15.
Oh,
So you're
you
bridging-
literally have to go
You
from
literally-
ice terrain to ice terrain.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't really.
So you can make a little jump there. Yeah, there's
Like
just a little bit of water.
here and then here. Does that count as one?
Where are you from? You're from. Oh God,
I was from here.
So if you wanted to, you could go from here to there,
Uh huh.
and if you wanted to, you could try to make the jump from there to there.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
That would be. So if you want to make a jump, you can try that if you want. It would be
Or could. What's my thing? You said I could hover above water for a bit.
if you have point A to point. Yes, that's true. If you have point A to point B is solid. The
Uh-huh.
distance in between, if it's water, and
Uh-huh.
and you don't have to go beyond the movement of your dash.
Yeah.
You have to expend your dash. Sorry, to
Oh,
use it.
Okay.
But you can use your movement. Yeah, as long as point A and point B are solid. The water in between you can.
Okay.
Is that a racial ability?
No,
or
this is something I gave
ability,
him
or-
as Minxie has
You
the
guys-
super
Oh,
suit and you
I
have the
wanted
cool
something
ink
cool.
stuff,
Yes.
whatever. So he can essentially walk on
Hover
water. As long as
walk.
point A to B is solid and he uses dash,
Okay.
he can use 30 feet of movement as long as he expends the dash to make it extra light and he can walk across
Alright,
water.
1 second. Let's see if I got a bonus action of any kind. I do not. Or bonus action.
You can take an opportunity attack if you don't want to disengage. And use a dash.
No.
Cool.
No, I will go invisible as a bonus action.
Ah. All right. So
Just hidden step.
where are you going to end up before you go?
Just right
invisible?
where I am.
Just right. Perfect. So where I moved you to last?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all my movement.
So yeah, you see him start to make his way across the ice, and then he just disappears.
Good luck.
Just an observer. Well, then, so that was Merc's movement. Now it goes to Calvin. What's Victor going to do as he watches Quill disappear?
He was 10 feet up. He's going to fly 30 feet further.
Okay.
He's going to get a vantage point above the remaining two, and I'm going to ready an action. That action
okay.
is going to be casting the spell Shape Water, which is a cantrip, because while they have done their best to make it so that you can't use it offensively, I cannot freeze the water provided that there are no creatures in the water. But as long as I can see the water, if it is in a creature, it can be frozen. So when the shark comes to bite one of them,
Nice.
all of the water in its mouth and internal gear and mechanisms that allow it to
It's
close
like a
its
cup.
jaws, everything, I'm just going to freezes its
It's like a
internals.
water.
That's
it's
cool.
like a
Yeah.
cup full of water.
It's like
So you're
someone
holding your
choking on
action
an
for
ice
that?
cube.
Yes.
Huh. In that case, yeah, as you see this shark jump out and try to attack, it just gets a mouthful of 5x5 ice. You see Quill start to run away and stuff, and as this shark is about to go back underneath the water, you decide to freeze everything you can see. Now, is there any kind of check for this at all?
No.
Perfect.
No. It just a 5x5
Let's do this
cube
as a-
down its gullet
let's do this as a-
freezes.
Yes.
So let's just see how this goes.
Now it might not last indefinitely because it could like crunch or the
Yeah.
heat that it generates
Yes,
might melt
it
things,
is
but it
a-
can delay.
It's sort of hot running kind of creature anyways.
It's a delaying tactic, really.
No. You freeze the water in his mouth, and you can see it's hard for him to close his jaw again. The whirring sound and kind of stops, and it almost looks like it's a buoy kind of bobbing where it tips upside down, and the portion that was frozen is now bottom heavy. Moink. And the tail that had any air cavity in it is just basically bobbing around as this little buoy shark tail is floating. You can see the fins kind of doing this on the end of its tail, but it's not. Yeah,
Haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one either.
Says an invisible man out in the distance.
And
Oh God.
so as I guess if I used all my movement to get that vantage point so I could see down its mouth as it opens, then I can't really like grab their hands and help them. I'm just going to tell you guys with my free action, go, go, go while it's frozen up. I can't keep this up forever. And that's my turn.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then it's my go.
Yeah. So if you guys are gonna move,
Okay.
just move in the way that you're going to move.
First,
Mhm.
can I have a puppy appear?
Yeah.
Okay, I want puppy to appear
Sure.
somewhere
Puppet appear.
around here,
Okay.
and it can be in the water or on ice. I just want him. I'd
a
want
real
him
dog.
to. Yeah, but he disappeared. So,
Sacrificial dog.
can I make him just disappear when I want to?
I don't think
Or-
it works that way. The homunculus is created through the
Okay.
gem, and then when it's destroyed, the gem is what remains, and then it can be brought back if the artificer takes
I
its...
have to the gem.
I believe so. Calvin, do you remember the Artificer's
Then
Homunculus?
I'm not going to do that.
Coming and going. I think it's just a present
Yeah.
thing, and if you pass away,
It's
I
not
think
a familiar. It doesn't pop in and out of existence.
Right. I
It's
think
like
it's
a thing.
6 days or so after you pass. It eventually passes as well. There's a bunch of stuff, but I don't think summoning is.
Not
permanent.
going to do that then.
This thing
okay.
being frozen, you could probably use action and movement together to
Oh,
get rid of the
yeah.
difficult terrain.
Yeah, it doesn't really get an opportunity attack at this point.
Mhm.
No. Yeah, I'm just, so 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, you actually
5, 10,
don't. Actually,
15,
yeah, that's
20,
pretty
25,
solid.
30.
Yeah, that's all
And then
solid.
if you dash, you get that extra. Boom. You're onto solid.
And then I'll
Perfect.
have I'll be ready to like get
Difficult
Alex if she
Counter.
can get me.
Yeah. So yeah, you're there and you're good to go. And now the shark doesn't really have the chance to do too much of anything, but it's going to go to Sarah. And you went, so Lisa, it'll be you. Alex Straza jumps off the boat, sees Quill almost get attacked by this thing. Victor's flying around, and now the shark's bobbing upside down, kind of like a buoy. What are you going to do?
Alex is going to say, scared, and she's going to Misty Step.
Nice.
Put me right over here.
Yeah.
Love
feet,
Misty
eh?
Step.
Yep.
Where are you going? There?
Mark, I was talking to you.
10, 15,
Diagonally,
20.
but
Okay, right there.
no.
Oh,
Yep.
right there. Much
Perfect.
Nailed it. Yeah, you Misty Step
Yeah, so I
towards
can
a
hide behind that box with
couple-
my dead body.
Yeah,
Is that what you're doing?
there's a couple dead
Yes.
bodies there and a crate and an old boat, but
I'm
yeah,
hiding now.
perfect.
The
I'm-
idea of like your biological parts mystifying first and then the mechanics following is kind of like a
yeah.
cool
Like
image.
a trail of cogs in the air.
Yeah, that would be really.
Man, this little like happens. She appears
Yeah, she
somewhere
got
else.
like
It's
a
look. Yeah, it's almost like the reverse of the end game. It's like that, and then yeah, and you're over there now. The shark's turn is effectively forfeit at this point. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to get out of this, but I'll think of something. In the meantime, though, it's going to go back to the top of the order just for the sake of the train and everything. It'll go back to Mark. What are you doing, Mark?
So I pop back
Mhm.
into the visible world,
Yeah.
and well, that's good. And just going to make my way. Oh, that's 5. So we have to jump here.
Yep, that would be a jump.
Hey.
That's going to be a pretty big one,
Big
and you're
deal.
landing on ice. For this one, I want you to
Sure.
do a deck save.
Uh huh.
It'll be the same. It'll be a DC 13. Yeah.
Nobody look. Look at me.
Look away.
You didn't want to action guidance yourself first.
I am floating a bit. There's that.
It doesn't count on this story.
Could lower my saving throw requirements, but that's a 9.
Then no. So
Got wet.
So yeah. So yeah, as you see, he pops back in. He goes,
Kill each other.
"Oh, I haven't seen that one before." And you seem quite impressed with yourself. And Quill goes, "Oh, I'm just gonna go this way." As he goes to make the jump, he looks back to see if anyone's looking at him instead of looking to. So he's feeling, and he lands directly on his tailbone, cracking the ice with some water splash, and you can see he's grabbing for the ice to try and stop himself from getting in the water, and then he just disappears, but you still see the splashing water as this thing fights to get him in.
my
He
God.
tries to go invisible, but he can't anymore. He's just fading a bit.
All right, Mark, why don't you do an
Well, that's
athletics
embarrassing.
check to see if you can. You're right there by the boat, and
Yeah.
you're surrounded by ice. Let's see if you can pull yourself out since you can't fly
Can't
away like
swim.
Calvin did. Yeah.
It's so embarrassing seeing the attempt to become invisible again.
You went to a
fading on
SeaWorld
the
and you
edges.
can't swim.
It's literally the magic equivalent of.
Yeah.
Come on, Mark.
I haven't.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Action for guidance?
Yeah, like I haven't used an action yet.
No, you haven't.
Unless it would cost my action to get up.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna save yourself from this, yeah, because to
In the
right
same
yourself,
round.
right?
Oh, because
Yeah.
you're prone. That takes
Yeah.
half your. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I'll just try to get up.
Yeah. This is more to stabilize yourself from falling through the ice. You'd have to stand on your next turn.
Yeah. I am not an athletic man.
Oh yeah, I see that.
I got a 4.
Oh god.
You are in the water, my friend, as he's trying to grab onto the edge of this ice, but as he does, it folds in on him much like a book. It just as he crumples down, and the ice falls on top of him. He's underneath these 2 sheets of ice that he is basically.
Please help him.
He's participating in his own punishment at this point.
Yep.
And you see this Quill kind of under the ice.
Oh god.
What you guys gonna do as it goes to Calvin?
Oh my god.
Yep.
All right. Shape water is really cool in that it's not actually concentration while I concentrate on 3 instances.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over to here. But while I'm flying over where I see him going under, I am going to do an action as the second iteration of Shape Water to freeze a block of water beneath Quill so that it floats, carrying him up like a solid platform.
Nice.
And I will attach it to the shore there.
To the shore.
There you go,
So
buddy.
yeah, cool. As you're starting to sink, you feel yourself
Space you can use too.
5 by 5 cube. So underneath you, that's a ton of ice. That could lift
Yeah.
boink. There we go.
5
So
by 5 cube.
you.
Yeah.
Buddy.
yeah. So as you start to go under and fold the ice on top of yourself by accident, you notice that you
5 foot cube.
can kind of stand. I don't know if you just thought you hit shallow water, but your feet hit something and it's starting to kind of float you up a little bit. Now you do have 2 big heavy sheets of ice on you.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to be too crazy about it, but I want you to roll an athletics to see if you can push the ice off of yourself.
Would it be like escaping a grapple so he could use acrobatics?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's better.
I'm not an acrobat.
Part of the reason I said yes. I know his character's cool in a lot of ways, but that's just...
Nor is he like small and can fit through space. He's
Oh,
very
your
big. And,
acrobatics is fine.
no, but he's not.
Would-
I'll try. Okay. 19 acrobatics.
Nice, yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you can feel that as you're trying to grab and push this ice away, it's slipping all over the place. It's hard to get a grip, but you find a couple little sort of jagged bits that you can dig your fingers on and actually push open and relieve yourself from the ice as Calvin's assistance kind of helps you float up and stand on something. Now, you are at the shore. You can make your way to the edge if you want. And that's all 4 of you.
Yep.
So you guys have made it to the clearing
Thank you,
areas and you
good
see the
man.
chasm.
No problem.
Now,
Grill.
as you guys get towards the edge of the chasm, you guys can hear some rumbling, some lower frequency vibrations, similar to what
Probably
you've
that
kind of
uncooked
experienced
fish.
before. Yeah, it's a lot of fish. Yeah, and it looks like it's
Ooh.
pretty deep down.
How deep?
It's just down.
Okay.
You can't see any
There's a
bottom.
test for this thing.
Gonna chuck a little rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
2, 3. So that's about 40 meters down. Was that? Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is that how that works?
Cool. 40 foot. 50 meters down.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I'm supposed
exact formula.
What's that?
You kind of like feel how heavy the rock is, and then just chuck it over it. It's
Well,
like,
terminal
yeah.
velocity
Yeah.
at one point is unless you have drag or wind resistance, that's going to offset that. It is what it is.
Whatever will we do?
Cool.
I just
But anyway.
float down.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
so
wait,
you-
lost or anything.
I stop and I float
Wait.
back up.
Yep. Rope.
Rope.
know.
Is the rope long enough?
Have
How
enough
much
rope, we
rope
can
do you
tie
have?
it.
You would need a lot of rope.
Together?
A lot of rope.
Okay.
Now, Alex, you did something awesome. More of you is in there than I thought. Because you can use magic still, right?
Yes.
Good. So you could actually jump, and just before you hit the ground, you can use that spell to teleport yourself just flat on the ground. So you're good.
One use.
Oh.
So you're good.
Well, she's fun and all, but I could actually set her to Spanish if you'd like. That could be fun.
Your mannerisms have survived, some of your memories have survived, and your magic has survived. Has all of it survived? Can you turn into an animal? Can you turn into one that can fly? Or like a spider?
Yeah.
Can you still do that with this body?
Think
Please, yes.
Are you making the effort to
and
yourself?
turn into a spider.
There you go.
Ooh,
Yeah,
like
so-
a giant spider.
So
Yeah.
kind of. So this is a little bit different. As the body parts of her that are organic start to shift and move into a spider, the mechanical components kind of stay almost where they are until the biological matter is finished, and then they lock into place and fill in the gaps. And
They
you
like
have
transmorph
Kind
to
of,
like,
So
yeah.
like a spider, one of
that's
the
so
legs
cool.
might melt.
Yes, so as it turns into a spider, it's missing a leg here. There's a portion of the thorax, not the but the other components that were metal
It looks
dots
a
are
little
filling
bit
those
creepy
gaps.
as usual.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Oh, yeah.
it gets real cool. So
Yeah.
it's
It's
like,
like
yeah,
it's like a cosmetic
scary.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like some like patches of spider hair, and the rest is like metal mandibles.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
it's so
like
scary.
look over to Quill and
Okay,
just be
great.
like, yeah, so this was the like scary bit that I told you about. So like you transforming is nothing.
Oh yeah, I can see that, and it'll take the cap off. Well, I guess I don't need that.
As and I'll just like pat like as much as I'm
Yeah.
like creeped out by it, I'm very excited that you can still do like fundamentally you stuff. It's just like whoa, and I just admire the machine work while I go, so Alex, you can come down no problem.
Well,
Like you always could.
hey Alex, can you carry us?
Oh.
you know, I'm not really sure how big
How
it is.
sizes or how size? How large is the size?
How
of your
size?
house?
House size is good on that.
House size is
Let
good.
me see.
Does you like the
Size.
house size?
Giant spider
You're saying
is
house
big.
size? I don't know.
It is a large beast.
Yeah, you're large.
So is that 10 by 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I would say you could.
That's a
Yeah, you
honking
could-
creature.
There's only 3 of them.
I would float.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's only
And
2 of
then,
the
like-
eggs because you're already down.
You could go
Yeah,
down
absolutely.
and then up.
Too heavy, mother.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking, like 2 trips.
Oh,
If you can.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold on to her while you're also holding on to
Now
her.
you might not have enough rope to go all the way down, but we can certainly fashion a harness.
I'm definitely gonna do a harness.
Unless you can still make rope. And I look at like a mechanical abdomen. I'm like, does it work? I don't know how much of you is. Can you make free
You can
rope?
try.
I will try.
Yeah, as she tries to
Spider-Man.
the back end of this thorax, you can see this one little opening appears with a gear that comes out, and it starts to spin. And you can see it almost it's like a silk spinning. It's kind of gathering material that almost seems like just dust in the air as it starts to spin it into a fiber.
Hey.
Nice.
Quill, you remember things very well. Mental note:
my thing.
we need to tip Neumann a lot. Like this is crazy stuff.
I'm buying him
Yeah,
a whole farm of horses when we get back.
Sure.
If I can
Yeah.
even afford that. I'll just
He-
go and
he's
sell
earned
the
it.
horses. Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, Carrie, you want to go first or me?
Well, if we're going down the silk, then I'll probably just like make a harness for myself
All right.
so that I can wrap it around and then tie it around the string from the spider's web. So it's almost like a sliding down
Oh,
thing.
like I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah. So like I'm holding
You can
onto
wrap
it.
around a couple times, then cinch it to allow
Yeah.
a slower fall, so your hands aren't forcing the
Exactly.
grip and causing that
She doesn't
friction
get
burn and
tired
stuff.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, absolutely. So
then
effectively,
I'll-
be giving yourself advantage, which is great.
Yeah.
And so you're going first, and then you're going to go after.
Yeah, I'll come second.
Okay. So
I'll
with-
descend at the same rate as Alex and prestidigitation
No,
a little
yeah.
light for
And the whole
us.
while down,
Nice.
Quilliam is narrating everything that's happening. And the brave adventurers drop down into the pit,
Little
taking by a
glowing comes from
robotic
the sea.
spider.
Actually quite
There's
sweet.
a little twinkle in the sky as the one little
Just-
star at the top of the eye of your owl goes. ding.
Yeah, just
That's for you.
Now
don't say we're about to die.
you're making light, you said, right?
Little did they know the
Wonderful.
death would soon come.
So as you guys make your way down, actually, I'll just move everyone over now to at least the start of kind of what you're going to see.
Yeah, so she's crawling along, leaving the line. I'm floating with her and giving light before us,
Mhm.
and then these guys are repelling.
So
That would be so fun.
who has dark vision?
All of us, I believe.
I don't think furrows do.
Oh,
I don't
someone
think
doesn't
I do
have dark
either.
vision.
Does a spider though?
Probably.
Ooh.
I have 60 feet.
Okay. Do you have 60 or 120?
60, I think.
60? Okay.
Look at your giant stats.
Hold on.
Oh, I think the drow's 120.
But
Yeah, my giant stats.
half
That's
drow. Half drow is 60. Only a full
Oh.
drow is 120.
Okay, never
Blind
mind.
sight, dark vision. You got it all.
Well, there you go. So,
There
yeah.
it is.
What do you have, Alex? You have
Yeah.
dark vision?
And blind sight.
Nice.
All the good stuff.
That's really good. So the 3 of you can see Quill. You're having a bit of a hard time, but there is a little bit of light through some prestidigitation as Victor kind of helps guide the way a little bit, mostly for Alex. But as you guys get to the bottom, you notice, Quill, you especially notice it is very dark. You are underground. The sun is split in 2. It is quite dark.
You roll perception.
Mhm.
It's dark.
Damn, it's dark.
That's actually a natural 20 year old for that. But
Still dark.
it's so dark.
Now, the rest of you can kind of see, but it's not very easy. Something that seems to help a little bit is you notice there's a little bit of a glow coming off some of the walls. It looks as though the ice has kind of created this sort of fractal or reflective, or refracting, I guess, light. And I'm just going to take some of this away with reveal area. You can see about that far ahead of you, and you notice that there's a blue light coming off of some of this ice that seems to be maybe magically providing just a little bit of light for those who need just that little bit.
Nice.
Just so I understand what I'm looking, is this a shaft that we're
No,
going
sorry.
straight down,
You
or
have now
have we
landed
landed
looking
away?
ahead.
Yeah, it's a top.
Oh, so
down view
This
of
is
the
a
ground.
top-down view.
So we're coming down, and that's what we see.
Yes, you are at the north part of the map, and you're working your way down, but it is an overhead view. Yes.
Gotcha. That stuff that's there, is it reflecting any of the light?
I don't have any tokens on here. Theron, can you get Victor's and all those
Oh,
tokens
yeah,
on there? if you don't
absolutely.
mind? Cool, thanks. What was that, sorry?
Those things that are on the ground there, is it reflecting any of the light from the prestidigitation? Does it have the luster of gold?
Of your prestidigitation?
Yeah, the like white
Yeah,
kind of.
it seems like
light.
almost like shooting a laser beam at a house of mirrors.
Mm.
It's going a long way. A little
Okay.
bit of light goes a long way. Yeah, everything is very icy and done in such a way where it actually creates kind of prismatic effects. It's kind of pretty for those of you that can see it.
It's not dark down here.
It's pretty dark, Quill. You're having a hell of a time. You can kind of see in front of your
Like
face. You can see about 5 feet in front of you as you know where your friends are. But other than that, I mean, it's going to take a little while for your eyes to adjust. You guys, the rest of you can see relatively well. It's pretty dark, but it gets
If you wait
adjusted.
here for 3 minutes, you can develop your scotopic vision.
That's
So
correct.
Wait.
Are you going to wait?
Wait 3 minutes.
Instead of prestidigitation for a little minor light effect, because he can't really see what's going on,
Yes.
and because we can't actually see all that much, instead I'm going to swap to something a little more powerful. I'm going to go to dancing lights. I'll make
Nice.
3 orbs, and I will kind of cast them about to circle down around our landing zone, and then kind of make a triangle with it
Nice.
to get a feel for what we're landing into.
Perfect. So not only do you get a good idea of where
There
you're
you are.
landing, and you can see kind of down the shaft as it does light up everything, you can now see relatively well. You can see about 120 feet now.
Great.
So things are much brighter down here. But yeah, not only that, but you can see, I'm going to actually pop it in the map here a little bit. As you start to lighten things up a little bit, everyone make a perception check.
Too bad I wasted that 20.
3.
I got a 8.
16.
So I'm just going to extend this all the way to the back wall there because it's about 120. So
Nice.
yeah, it's quite a bit away. So you can see all the way down to what looks to be a spot that splits off. It's kind of like a fork.
Okay.
And that's about as far down as you guys can.
But this is like a 20-foot wide hallway?
It is 10, 15, yep, about 20. It changes a little bit, becomes
Okay,
narrower,
but
wider.
basically it's not a grand open space.
No, it's not particularly wide. It's
Now, Mr. Krill, I don't know how familiar you are with dragons. I think we might have spoken about it before if you knew anything about these ones. but,
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
One thing that you should know about them is that they are a little bit territorial, so we probably don't want to walk in on it and surprise it. We will, contrary to belief, actually want to make a lot of noise here and let our presence be known, that we've arrived. So it knows that we're coming.
I'm gonna.
And there's a wealth of knowledge standing right next to you. Now might not be the time,
Doesn't seem so.
but Alex, you've got some memories. Hopefully you've got some memories about the other aspects of Tiamat. I don't know if you've ever spoken with the white dragon head, but it seems like this one's the white one that they found. Oh, you would probably know because you know that it's with the ice and all that. So, do you feel like there's a... do you feel up to the task of talking to one of these guys?
The spider says nothing and just stares at you, but you get the sense that she is willing to talk.
Awesome.
so I will give you, Alex. I will give you the information that you need.
That's like
So
slight
white
nod.
dragons, white dragons, are typically much less intelligent than the other dragons. They're a lot more barbaric and primal. They don't really speak too much unless they really need to. It's a very different kind of creature. It doesn't really like other dragons. In fact, it only seeks out white dragons of the opposite sex once when it needs to mate. When it's done, it leaves. They tend to stay by themselves, but you also know that this primal barbaric kind of instinct means that there's a certain respect for the hierarchy of the food chain and things of that nature. Back in your land, some people, trolls, giants, they would actually try to hunt down white dragons and defeat them because it would gain their submission. So that's kind of what you know about this. A much more primal, animalistic type of dragon, far less intelligent than the other ones, a little bit more... Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't think this dragon, since it barely recognizes itself, is going to recognize you as a spider.
Hey, did you say dragons?
Yes.
History check. 14. just check.
Yeah, you know everything I said.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Papa.
I'm gonna channel divinity of sacred weapon, and
Mhm.
it's gonna glow. And are we gonna make ourselves? Are we gonna announce ourselves now?
Yes. Now that we know that Alex is feeling up to it, we know relatively what to expect from this one. So, keeping it simple, to the point. Yes. If we can make a good showing of ourselves, it respects strength.
Cool.
See how much strength we have. The last dragon kicked the crap out of us, but
Well, I can just hit my armor with a massive sword and just make a loud clinking sound, almost like a knocking.
nice.
I'm gonna and then speak. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You speak though. I was just gonna make a loud noise just so it's like a knock knock
Nice.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, so as you
So I do
kung,
it.
kung, kung,
Yeah.
you can hear it echo like you are literally in a glass, like a greenhouse.
The ice.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
is it?
no.
I thought
Now,
it was like a crater.
now I will let you. How are we gonna do this? You know
There's open sky above.
Yes. So you know
Oh,
that.
there is.
We descended an open
Yes.
hole.
Yeah, no, I
No,
moved forward. I
So
figured it was...
let me just explain. So as you went down the hole, that was an entrance that was obviously made by something, and then it sort of piped itself forward, and it is now a
Gotcha.
closed ceiling. It's about as tall as it is wide, and it's not very straight, but you can tell something of one size or another had kind of gone through this area and moved around, and that's kind of what made this.
Cool.
So you know, Quill and Alex, that these dragons, when they make their nests like this, the environment, the ice, the ceilings, the stalactites or the icicles rather, all of that is a weapon to them. And it's not built to be the most sturdy. It's more so built to encourage those accident-prone individuals. And as she starts to kung, 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 it's shaking. You can feel the rumbling and very low frequency, kind of like a singer with a glass. Yeah, and everyone make a dex save for me.
Oh god. We're not like.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that the
terribly.
clip.
Got a natural one.
Oh god.
No, because it was disadvantage.
14.
11.
Nice.
You have disadvantage on deck saves?
My
Why?
armor.
Oh.
Oh, that sucks.
Even with the new armor.
What kind of armor does that?
Yeah. That's
Nice.
I have heavy armor.
That doesn't
Dexterity
give you
based
no.
stealth.
So if you're sneaking,
Oh, sorry.
what was your first roll?
And I'll be
That
9.
makes sense.
Still not
I
great.
like it.
Okay, so for those of you that didn't hit 13, you start to kind of look up as you see the shaking and vibration as these icicles start to fall on you. You take 7 damage. You kind of start to get yourself out of the way a little bit, but it starts to kind of catch on you and catch your skin, tear you open a little bit. What are you guys doing now? That was probably the
And then-
loudest welcome you could have done.
Do you want to speak?
Are you moving forward? Are you
I
speaking?
think the best person to speak would be the one that it knows.
So everything's just stopped falling?
Yeah, it's a... And the dust or the snow, the ice starting to kind of settle a little bit. But you can hear that reverberation of it as that sound is still traveling through this chamber of whatever.
Alex,
What?
want to tell your friend that you're here to see him? Or her?
I will change into my spider form
Mm.
and say, scared.
Make you
Scared.
Yeah, you guys don't hear anything.
All right.
Carrie, you have anything you want to say to this dragon?
I don't know what this dragon wants.
You have one chance to make history, and it's right now. The world, the universe is listening.
No pressure.
Does this dragon want us to be strong, to be scared of it? The green dragon wanted us to be terrified. The black dragon wanted money. Do you know what this wants?
Right now we're just announcing ourselves, and then we have to walk through its little death maze to get to it.
Okay.
All you have to say now is that we're here to see Tiamat.
I really
Okay,
don't know what it could want.
I
Possibly
am
some
Carrie.
fish.
I wish to speak with Tiamat.
Great.
And hold my sword up, glowing.
All right.
Huh?
Let's go.
And you guys are walking forward?
Yep, I'll take the lead.
Perfect. Move your tokens. Your
The
movement.
balls of light just kind of one is over us, and then the other two are like moving ahead of us down the
Yeah,
tunnel.
and if you guys don't need to take any actions, you can use 60 feet if you'd like to kind of move ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, move yourself 60 feet down the straight line there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, with did you got? Yeah, you actually said that you told us all of your lovely
Dragon
lore
stuff,
of
yep.
the white dragon.
Yeah.
In that case, gonna be paying a little bit of attention
Oh,
to
you did.
obvious setups for like thin panes of like bubbled ice where we just like fall through, like when you're crunching
So,
on those puddles.
Do a perception check then, or an investigation, depending on how you're looking at this.
Hold on, it comes. Do-do-do-do. Oh my God, it's good. Plus 3.
Natural
15.
20.
Ah, nice.
Nice. Yeah, you guys notice that below your feet, it seems like just about the next step ahead, there's a little bit of transparency to the floor. It looks like it's not as thick as the floor that you guys are standing on.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go into the dock, everyone. Quill, take my hand.
All right.
So when he grabs my hand, out go the lights, shape water, solidify, 5-foot cube underneath, and then we walk through.
Nice.
And I don't know if you've got anything like crazy that we can't just kind of take a slow, steady approach. Like if no one is actively attacking us and forcing us into these traps, I don't know about you guys, but we kind of don't want to just die before we get to the dragon.
course.
So
Yeah.
rinse and repeat with this kind
Of
of
course.
procedure of
Now,
checking out the environment.
the question is though,
disabling
as you
traps and moving
guys
on.
get towards the end, where's Calvin in this? Carries at the front. So you have dark vision. So
Second, I
you
guess?
guys see there's a fork in the road.
Hmm.
And what way are you guys gonna head? Down to the left or down to the right?
We can
Hmm.
actually
Oh.
ask for direction. Oh, what is it?
Ask who? What are you saying?
Ask the dragon. We want to see it. If it just so much as growls or farts in response, we know which way to go
You
down,
know it's
right?
very secluded. Or Alex, I guess, knows it's very secluded. They don't like people or they're very much a lone wolf.
So we can go left, or we can go right.
Unless someone conquers it.
Can my perception do anything? Like, 'cause I got a natural 20 on
yeah, you know
perception.
what?
You see
Does
a
it help
fork in the
anything?
road.
Yeah, you do see
Does it give
something.
me anything?
You see that down one hallway, there appears to be quite a bit more of those blue crystals, and down the other hallway there appears to be a second opening that's forming just off the edge of the path. We'll kind of reveal a little bit of area here for you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Send one ball down each.
I'll go forward a little bit so you can see.
So you can kind of see. That's kind of what you're looking at. There you go, if that helps.
Is that gold? What is that?
Oh no.
Is that money?
Well,
You guys got money?
Where are you going? Down
I'm
to
gonna
the
go
left? or
down
to
the
the-
money because I assume that maybe a dragon will like bring its gold into it.
Okay, so you're gonna head down that way.
You're up to wait. I could ask for
I'll go really stealthily. At
some
this point.
divination from above as to which might be the safest path for us.
You
Oh,
can do that.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Carrie, maybe you should, stay close to Mr.
Yeah.
Quill. He seems to have very regular communication with his deity. It's a very responsive god that seems to be extremely helpful. So maybe if you stay near him, you might actually learn a thing or two, and maybe this god will actually listen. Might be a better god in the end than the author who kind of put us in this mess. Just saying. Either way, he seems to really know how to handle himself on the divine front.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Oh,
would you
wait.
mind helping me out with this then?
Of course.
Right, hold this hexagonal plate here.
Yeah.
And it'll take a minute. Bring out a little bag and pour out of it these 7 20-sided die. And just roll them in there and cast augury. So by casting this, I get to know if I pick left. If we go down this, will things be good for us or will they be bad? And then they can Ignoza can respond with wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad.
Oh, that's
really
pretty
cute.
awesome. That's really good.
So if we go down, looking in that direction,
Down
looking
and left?
downward, yeah. Sure.
Now, what exactly are you asking?
Like towards that yellow.
No, I
patch.
mean, what's your wording?
That would it be good for us to go down that way?
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, I'm getting something strong here. She says it's not a good idea to go that way.
All the 20-sided dice are on nat ones.
Okay, as you let some go left, some go right. The ones on the left are like all ones. The ones on the right are like 18s, 15s.
Nice, that's
Okay.
cool.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
For a second there, I thought up top that you were going to be another person I'd have to babysit, but Mr. Quill, well done.
That's pretty rude of you to presume.
Well, you saw what happened. All right.
He doesn't have a lot of faith in you. Do you want that written in, or...
Oh no,
No.
in you.
Oh, just in me?
Yeah.
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 Oh, well,
We-
we don't have to repeat that.
Okay, that's right.
Everything is transcribed. Except my mistakes. Yeah, you own it. You
Yeah,
like following
for
it
sure.
down. All right.
That's definitely not in there.
Cool, but yeah, I did use prestidigitation as we were dropping down to like
Yeah.
dry him and myself off, so we're not gonna freeze and die
Perfect.
of
I-
hypothermia
Okay,
down here.
Good, good.
But
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm gonna go very, very stealthily down there then.
The left was woe.
What?
We're going to the right.
What's the right? Okay, so the right.
And remember, we don't want to go stealthily. You step as loudly as you normally do. We actually want to be announced.
Okay.
We don't want it to go ha and then kill us all, right?
Okay.
Awesome. Marching order.
And I'll just keep announcing myself, being like, I am Carrie,
Yeah, as you start to walk
The
down, let's maybe a little bit there.
champion of Pirate Cove.
Cool.
I speak for my team, please allow a sentry.
Nice. So as you say that, you
Carrie's
see.
not good at talking, you know that.
Just gonna
Iron
reveal
Victor,
some stuff here.
destroyer of pirate code.
Yes,
I
that's
am
right.
Alex. Scared.
Nice. Yeah, there you go, Carrie. You can see that there is a rather, let me see, reveal here, rather well put together young woman
Oh.
who looks quite, I would say expensively adorned with quite elaborate stuff. There's quite a lot of gold and ornate
Oh.
work to her outfit. It looks as if she's really taken quite good care of herself. And she comes... Hello?
Hello?
What brings you here?
Are you okay? Were you taken by the dragon? Or, and I'll
No.
bow down. Are you a princess? Right.
I'm whatever I want to be. But no, that dragon is, well, it's a lot of bark and no bite, if you know what I mean. Very useful,
white dragon?
though. Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
He listens to...
Is that why you're here?
We're looking to have the help of the dragons. We've found the rest of them so far. And they're on our side. We have...
Are they?
I ready an attack in case she does
Yeah,
anything.
I'll just be
I hold
talking.
on to the inkwell. Look at these guys.
And
Can
I'll
we
just
move a little
remember
closer?
the...
Yes.
Who are you? Are you in charge of this dragon?
Right.
Well, I am
Into those
now.
crystals.
They're really not too much to fuss over when you take the fight out of them. But they're very helpful afterwards. What exactly do you need with this dragon? Or the other dragon? What do you mean the dragons are on your side? I'm a little new to everything here. I'm not sure.
You know that the dragons used to be a Tiamat? Like, they used to be connected to other dragons. And you're possibly from another book. You're not from this place,
I'm from a
are
book.
you? So, we're here because our god is an author. And he has been taken. And we need help from the dragons we've been sent. And we need your dragon to help us.
So, you think I'm from a book, and you want the dragons to help you not be in a book anymore, is that right?
No. To help protect our book. The whole universe is going to collapse. Did you not see the suns outside?
Oh, I did.
The whole sky is falling because our pages are being torn apart. Where are you from? What land are you from? Do you remember? You from a kingdom?
I don't need to answer to anyone like yourself, my dear. If your business is with the White Dragon, I suggest you just get on with it. And she kind of leads down this little side channel that you initially saw, just hand extended towards that hallway.
She's in there.
Cool, I'm gonna keep an eye on her. Look back to Victor.
As we made our way through the tunnels, we met a woman in blue. She was quite the bitch.
Did you say that right to her?
I'm in the back. She can't hear me. Speaking into the Seth.
Of course.
I'll just hold my sword. Kind of less intimidating because it's just a woman. But still scared of her.
Don't say that out loud.
Good self-diss.
Well, she isn't the White Dragon, I'm assuming, because
Okay.
she's in charge of the White Dragon.
You don't know.
No, I don't.
I'm in charge of
That's
myself.
why.
I was the
Exactly.
White Dragon. I would say I'm in charge of me too.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. You don't know.
So, I'm a bit confused, but I mean, you passed in that we did not get attacked by whoever that was. Did you catch a name?
You didn't get her name?
I don't know
Most
what
of
she
them started with,
said.
like, I'm this person. Who are you?
Well, I
Did you mention
that.
like everything that we're doing?
Pretty much, you were right behind me. You could have
Yeah.
stepped in at any point. You know I'm not gonna talk it. And I'll just back away from the scary woman, and look towards the cave that the White Dragon should be in. See if it actually is in there.
You can see an opening.
Alex or Quill, actually, you've been to multiple worlds before this one. You recognize this person at all, or anyone with this kind of ability, or did she look like she was of a certain race, or did she have any
human,
kind
right?
of insignias on her
Yeah.
clothing, or some
Looks
style that
Looks
you
like
would
you
recognize?
people. I mean,
Yeah, she looks like you people.
She look like a dragon.
Yeah, because they can transform, I think, some of them.
Do you want to do a perception check?
I do.
Alex, do you recognize this
if you were
person at
still
all?
that giant spider, you'd have blind sight.
That's just for fighting, though. If you're within 5 feet of someone, but your eyes are taken from you for some reason, either from it being too dark or you're blindfolded or something like that, you can fight basically by feeling.
Oh,
it, right?
okay. I thought it was
What'd you get?
true
19.
sight. I think I was thinking of.
Well, let me just take a quick look at something here.
Right.
Good.
Because I assume I would know, like, she wasn't a princess from our land. Like history and stuff.
Why is she a princess? What does she look like?
Looks,
Can
They're in metagames. I just...
can I
Sorry,
see the picture?
yeah, of course. I just...
I can't even.
I wonder if I can actually do that. I'm just trying to think of how to...
Like Alex.
Oh,
She kind of does.
does she?
I'm trying to... Oopsies. Is it Control Z? It's your
But
move.
Quill, if you need to
Oh,
jog
yeah.
your memory as to this
like
person
that.
or their
Yeah, she has
abilities,
a crown and stuff.
you
looks
seem
like
to be very
Alex.
good at guiding other people. Maybe
just the
guide
picture.
yourself or Alex. Have the D4.
To recognize her? To what?
You know how you were doing she was doing a check to see if she recognized this person at all, and you were scratching your mind doing a history check to see if you remembered someone with these abilities or someone like this?
No, I didn't do one.
Mom?
I thought you did. You
You
rolled
did.
for it.
Yes, you did. You rolled a history check
Oh,
about
yeah.
dragons.
Oh,
You got
about
four.
dragons, yeah.
Yeah.
Not about this person.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I rolled about dragons.
I'm
you,
sure you'd tell me if I knew this person.
You know that they can
Okay.
change into stuff.
Yeah.
But she's got a crown, so.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that. Actually,
Oh, insight check to see if I think
Yes,
she's
go
a
ahead.
dragon under that
go ahead.
huge
So-
facade.
Guidance.
You know that when dragons polymorph or change, it's not something you can just say, oh, that's a dragon. However, something about the little mannerisms, the tone of voice, the way that it carries, so the way that she carries herself, it seems very familiar to you. It doesn't seem like the white dragon, though.
Yeah, I got an 18 for insight. So.
Mama.
You're not familiar. She doesn't seem entirely on the up and up,
Yeah.
but she doesn't even necessarily know enough to you don't really know. There's just a lot of vagueness about
Sure.
her, and not quite sure the intent. But yeah, sorry, Alex. What was it?
Familiar.
Familiar. Threat?
Family?
Now,
Okay.
what was your
Okay.
initial roll to figure this out?
19.
Sorry, what was the type of roll?
Perception.
Perception. Why don't you roll something more like history, something that would be more jogging your memory?
Sure. Ay, ay.
Guidance.
It's like, the D4.
16.
Remember.
Okay, roll 15. So,
Massaging your head.
with your perception check, you know that this seems familiar, and then as you start to dig in your memories, you break a 15, you go, something about this person reminds you so much of the Blue Dragon. That cocky kind of full of itself kind of attitude. The mannerisms, little what's idiosyncrasies? What the hell is it called? Idiosyncrasies. Thank you. It's very familiar, and it seems very much like the Blue Dragon to you.
Okay. She will say blue.
That's the blue.
Oh.
And you can
Where's
see
your
her head
phone?
kind of tilt a little bit.
Well, if you are going to lead us further on, then we will follow you.
No, I'm going to show you where the White Dragon is if you want to speak to the White Dragon.
Ah,
Splendid.
very good. Then go ahead and lead the way. I'm sorry, we didn't introduce ourselves properly. I am Veneer Benelephon. This is Carrie.
You're Victor.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Veneer.
Victor Benelephon. This is
I didn't
Carrie.
catch that.
This is our associate new arrival,
Hello.
William.
I will bow down.
And this
I like you.
Do you?
I do.
this young lady right here is Alex Straza.
Hello.
What's your name?
Alex.
Straza.
You seem familiar.
Familiar.
Mm-hmm. But
Friend.
not.
Blue.
I just need a minute to think here. If you want to see the White Dragon, you're welcome to go ahead. I'm not leading anyone anywhere. I'm sure you're all adults.
Absolutely, I'll
Yes.
stay behind.
Yes.
Very good.
You can
Take,
see her just, Alex, just thinking.
take all the time you need, and
And
we'll
she just
carry
puts her
on
hand
into
down
there.
the kind of the upper right pathway there.
Thank you for your
Thank
help,
you very much, and I'll
She's
walk away.
got her
bow.
head down, just thinking, yeah.
Lady.
No, you're a man, thank you. And she turns around and just, she's thinking, and she kind of walks away.
Okay,
We didn't get your name.
that's what I
Mhm.
was hinting. Okay.
She might
Tiamat.
no.
Man, she's
The other one's
She stops for a second. Do you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she stops for a second. And then she keeps walking.
she is a hard one to read. I'm going to channel divinity, detect thoughts.
Is there a save for that?
There is a wisdom save.
Alright. I got boop stat for this one because it's a different one. What's the save?
It's a wisdom
Oh, like what is the save?
DC.
14.
Yoink. I rolled a 14 plus whatever. So,
Alright.
yeah. So you don't really get any thoughts. You really, yeah, it just nothing.
Well,
Is blue the nurturing type?
Blue is a little more of the sleazy car salesman sort of type, very methodical in the way that it approaches stuff. When it does go into fights or battles, it will actually attack its victims as hard as it can while it's sleeping with fire raining down on it, and then it will just disappear. And it will wait for 3 or 4 hours, then it'll come back and do it again. It'll toy with, like, it will battle for a week because it just enjoys it. It's a little bit sleazy like that, very arrogant. It thinks of itself as being a little bit better than the rest. Typically, it would be in drier climates that would be like sandy deserts. So this is a little bit off.
Maybe they're upset that they're not all together.
The dragons?
The blue one maybe. Because they don't know where they're from or what's happening.
So you're saying that's the blue dragon? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the blue one? Alright, well, she doesn't seem hyper-receptive right now. We do have one that she's pointing us towards.
Alright.
We might want to go and speak to it, if we can. Especially since apparently it's rather subdued.
Yeah.
Which one do you have a better relationship with? Which one do you think is more approachable of the two?
The white dragon is like a barbarian, basically, and the blue dragon is like a bard.
Blue.
Blue? Alright. Excuse me.
She's not that far yet.
It likes that.
Excuse me. We are here not just for a white dragon. Just so you know, we are here looking for any and all dragons. But really, we have already met 3. The black, the green, we have gotten them to ally with our cause. The red, we have met. And we can actually communicate with it, but we have yet to actually find the blue and the white. Those are the last 2 that we seek to befriend, to have them join the cause that ultimately helps them and helps everyone else besides. You wouldn't happen to be able to direct us not just in the direction of one dragon, but another.
Say what you're saying. I don't like stupidity.
And then I'll essentially fill in the gaps on the information that she had already provided, just kind of repeating what we said to the other dragons about God Author Hostage.
So what are you getting at with me?
Well, I would think it is self-evident that if you are the only threat to the hostage taker, and the hostage taker is aware of the threat that you pose to it, and it manages to overthrow and supplant the current author, it's not good for you. It's not good for anyone, but as far as you're concerned, it's not good for you.
What? What you?
Help.
Oh, you seem all right. What?
I am getting the
are
point
you?
across that he is trying to say.
Who are you?
Do you want to tell me?
Alex Straza.
But who are you? Who is Alex Straza?
Care to fill her in?
I'll hold Alex's hand and just rub it. See if I can help her just calm.
You seem a lot like me, I think. I like you, and I don't know why I like you. I don't like them that much.
Friend.
I think so, but I don't know. You seem about as vacant as I was. I'm just filling in pieces now.
Void.
Let's just cut the shit, okay? We know what's going on. We understand each other, yes?
Yes.
Yes. I don't understand a lot right now, and that's seemingly not instinctual for me. I feel like I should know a lot more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing in there is a bit of an idiot.
He doesn't know anything at the
She
best
doesn't
of times.
know much of anything, no. So it seems as if I might be, I won't say at the mercy, that seems a little silly, I mean, but it does seem like we might be able to help each other.
Yes.
We want you to have all your powers back.
I would like that too. You see, I felt a little off. Oddly enough, when I found that idiot in there, I actually felt a little bit better. I don't know why. I feel like telling you what to do is just kind of second nature to me. Don't ask me, but it felt right. This also feels right, Alex, and I don't know what it is. You seem a little bit off, though. You seem a little bit off.
Sad.
Are you sad? I don't know why that bothers me. That really shouldn't bother me.
She was your caretaker, or at least was the caretaker for your egg.
Or at least what she used to be.
My egg?
Oh.
My
I'm gonna
egg.
hold and
Yes, you are.
That sounds familiar. I have an egg. I have an egg.
You did have an egg.
Sad.
What?
Well, I mean, it's not
Sad.
here now, but
It was under the care of Alex, and she had kept it intact on the journey to collect the aspects of yourself. The reason you feel so close to that dragon in there is not merely because you share some slight relationship in species, and it's not just a family relation, it is literally an aspect of yourself. You are feeling more whole again, and if we can get you with the other 3, you'd feel even better, and your mind would start to fill itself in. Now, that egg that you did have, that she
That's
took care of,
a lot of
it was-
past tense.
Yes, it was destroyed on the journey to bring you all together. However, should you help us in this goal, not only will you be restored, but literally anything you desire can be restored. This is not just how you save yourself, it's how you save your progeny.
I'm terribly sorry to hear about the loss of your child. I know it's not easy.
And you can see there's this little flare that comes from the skin of the neck as it starts to thicken, and the shoulder blades start to drop, and the bones for the shoulder start to extend, and it grows, and it starts to become shiny and blue and very big, and the voice deepens, and these hands slam into the ground that turn into claws.
I don't know anything of the future. I don't know what you can do. I don't know what you can't do. I don't know if you even understand the situation as well as you let on. All I know is what has already passed and been solidified. Everything else is a mystery. And one of those solidifications is the death of my child. So it seems that the future is the only question mark. If you are right, I won't kill all of you. But if you're wrong, if you don't succeed, I will rip out your brains through your lower intestines until half of you is inside out. Is that clear?
Clear as ice.
bow down, yes.
Now, before my emotional state causes the death of those who are determined to fix my emotional state and the things that are causing it, I suggest that you leave.
And she reaches and pulls out from between 2 cracked scales this rock. And from the other side, she pulls out another one. One glowing blue, one glowing white.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you set out to do, and when you need me, I will be there not for you, but for my self-preservation, for the life of my child.
Understood.
Now get out.
I'll move
Yeah.
forward and grab the
Yeah.
rocks, and I'll kind of show her that I have the other 3. And so she should at least recognize what that means, that we have literally
other
gone and seen the other ones.
3, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
red
So we're not
one
just
did give
making
us
crap
Yes,
up.
exactly.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'll put them back in the bag.
You guys making your way out?
Yep, as I am describing every little detail about this dragon form that has presented itself to us
Yes.
in her manner.
Its head is very different.
How very scary
It has
she
a-
was, and how brave these heroes were. Stand up
This
to
this almost has like a Batman jawline, that like over exaggerated like kind
You
of
look
like,
just like Batman.
Write that down. Write
Yeah.
that down.
yeah, it's very wide face. I actually love the blue dragon. I think it looks super cool. But yeah, so you guys make your way to the expansive chasm. You can get out yourself. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Alex, you can climb back up again. Quill, are you limited by a slow fall to get down but not back up, or are you? Oh, you
She
used
can
Alex to get
spider.
out as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
If you want to
Right, because you have the
shape
hovering.
change again.
Right.
Ride.
Nice. So yeah,
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
becoming a spider again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a spider
Yeah,
again.
I'll
Yeah.
get
So.
my rope harness back on and then grab it. and
Yeah, you can
climb
harness
back up.
yourself for the ride so that you don't have to roll. It'll effectively allow you to just maintain that. But yeah, you guys can make your way back up to the top. I'll just move you back to the other.
I can see why you all do this. That was exhilarating. I was a little spooked myself, I must say.
When it comes down to it, they're ultimately pretty harmless. I mean, they're doing the same thing.
Where
For
that or could have swallowed us whole pretty easily.
We pissed one off for about 5 seconds, and yeah, we paid for it. But this one knew what was best for it. So
You've handled it quite well. Impressive, really.
Thank you.
Even you, Alex. It's like
Carved into the side.
I kind of like it, but I hate it.
all right. While the rest of you are climbing up, I'm just
Cool.
going to fly ahead. I don't really make much noise, and I will make sure that the coast is clear. In the meantime, while we're going up and up, do you want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get the sailors to meet us here? So we don't have to deal with the mechanical shark
One was
again.
a shark.
hold on. What's his name?
Uh,
Wait, I remember. I remember everything.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Was it Jason? I think it was Jason.
All right.
I feel like it was Jason.
And then one of the shark, if you can.
All right. Jason!
Jason.
Hello?
Oh, I have to say my words and then he can respond.
Hello?
No.
You're not hearing him.
He just wasted it.
Hello?
Jason, we are waiting to get back on the ship. You can turn around. We'll see you soon. Have a good day.
Watch out for sharks.
Okay. See you soon.
Up we
All right,
go.
he's coming.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fly up ahead of these guys and just scan the area, just poke my head out, make sure that nothing else is in the area, no crazy creatures or anything. And then if the coast is clear, I'm going to look for signs of the mechanical shark at the same time.
Yeah, if you're going to check, see if the coast is clear, you can do an investigation check or a perception.
Okay, I'll do an investigation to see if I can look for any of its signs. 9 plus 3, total of 12.
Total of 12. Are you primarily focusing on the shark?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, shark's still buoying around. Buoy.
Alright, and yeah, I'll wait for these guys
What's
at
still
the
like
top.
frozen in place?
Yeah, it's literally like putting an ice cube in almost frozen water.
Uh-huh.
The entire time I'm waiting for them at the
it's been a
top,
while, yeah.
I am just going to, while flying, just Eldritch Blast, and I'll like blow its fin off. And every time it comes
Nice.
close, I'll just,
Oh.
and I can do 2 per action, and I'll hold actions for when it comes up, and I'll just
Oh.
shoot this thing for as long as it takes for these guys to climb in the boat to arrive. There we go.
As we're doing that, I'm gonna like sling webs to like connect all of the little pieces of ice around so that we have an easier time.
Support so that nice.
Cool.
Be like
Good.
a spider web and
Like a
ice
puzzle.
bridge.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Nice.
so yeah, you can do that as you start to kind of connect these. It's really not sticking to the ice so much as it is to itself, but it is making like a mesh kind of sticky surface over top of everything. So although it's kind of free floating on top of these slippery ice cubes, it's definitely giving you a lot more stability at
It's
least.
kind of like climbing sticky rigging. Rather
Yeah,
than
it's kind of like when you go to the kids' jungle gym with that like rope thing and it's all sticky from like whatever the hell they ate. It's kind of like that.
I go to freeze it, and I just go,
Good to have you back, Alex.
Alex.
awesome. And then wait
Yeah.
for
Yes.
Jason and the crew to arrive.
Yeah, so eventually they do. Yeah, they push their way enough through the ice that you guys can make your way somewhere to where you were before.
Jason!
We're here.
Jason!
I've been here for you. Hello.
Awesome.
So yeah, he's there. You guys can get yourself back on the ship and you can start to head back.
We're leaving all the bodies and nobody likes to bury things around here. That's
If we've got some time before like the ship gets there,
Yeah.
I'd like to just look on the bodies to see if they have anything that like shows who they are. Like if they have a necklace or if they have like something that it's like a family thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, if you want to do
take
an
it off
investigation, you
each
can
of
search them, yeah.
Yeah, I'll search them and take it off
Yeah,
each of the
roll.
bodies.
And I'll crack open a crate, see what kind of stuff is around here.
Yeah. So the crate is, they primarily left these behind just to save weight.
Mhm.
It was more just, I need to get out of here kind of thing.
Yeah.
So as you kind of look through them, you see the one crate, well, actually, which crate are you selecting?
I got a natural 20.
The one on the right.
The one closest to you there? Yeah. So that one is primarily just like daggers, small armaments, things like that. That's
Okay.
quite a bit of weight to it, but the value is kind of mediocre. Yeah.
Okay, so a
And
couple
then-
of daggers.
Yeah, if you want
So
to.
run
and
out of
then-
name tags.
uh,
I got
yeah,
a
so
natural 20.
when you got a natural 20, you notice that there's two bodies there.
Yeah.
One of them looks like it's gone through hell and back, and obviously it didn't make it, but the other one looks like it went through hell and back a couple of times. You can see that there are parts of it that were kind of decomposed and kind of, I mean, the ice preserves quite well. So it's kind of troubling that it was
Resurrected.
decomposing, because the other bodies around seem to be either stripped for meat and they're just skeletons, or they died in combat or just frostbite or something, but they're generally well preserved. This one actually looks like it was decomposing somewhere before it ended up here.
Oh. Like
It was
a
rotting and it
completely
got here.
different. Does it have mud on it? Like it was buried, or was it just like?
You can see. Well, honestly, it looks filthy. Anyways, I don't think
Okay.
it really be. It's like
Yeah, no.
you know,
Then I'll just tell you guys. But do they have anything on them that's like a family thing, or like showing them who they are, like with the wood carvings of the town? I basically want to bring them their family back, a thing of them, and just to say I'm really sorry, but
yeah, you can see. Well, you would know some of the stuff that the less decomposed guy has. It looks like it's pretty nice stuff, pretty expensive, and it has like an elven quality to it.
Okay.
That's about all you can really figure
Oh.
out. It looks familiar to you. You might have seen the symbol before, but
Nice. I'll pick up their little things
Mhm.
and maybe give them a little blessing.
Yep.
And then as soon as we get on the ship, I'll give it to Jason and ask him to like give them to the family, and
Okay.
just so that they don't know, that they don't think that like the family is lost out to sea, sort of thing. That they're like swimming
get some
around.
closure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very big of you to do. I would not have thought to check the bodies myself. So
I know it's hard for you. I'm really sorry.
no, I'm okay. I'm strong, big guy. It's
I'll
fine.
tap
No,
him
it's
on the
fine. I
back.
don't- It's good.
On the way back, I'll just make sure he's okay. If he
Yeah.
needs to cry, then he can.
Yeah, you guys have a. Actually, let's see what way the wind's going.
I'll be like the
Salty
counselor on
sailor.
the ship.
with you or against you.
That is the natural 20. Wow.
Okay, so you guys, for whatever reason, the wind changes direction completely over the next hour.
Blue dragon.
That actually does add up.
That
It
totally
makes
adds
perfect
up.
sense to me.
100%. So we're like these layer effects want to help you for some reason. So yeah, as you guys start to pull away, you can feel this nice gust of air.
Didn't you check
Oh.
the crates and stuff?
Yes,
Yeah, I got a
there's
couple daggers.
Yeah,
Oh.
you just check the
Yeah, I'm
water.
just keeping them as souvenirs. Like, ooh,
Ah.
Ah, okay.
nice.
There you go.
Now, out of curiosity, the more rotten guy, does he actually look like he's wearing the same style of clothing as the rest of the sailors from Grimsby Harbor?
Not really.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. All right.
Cool. Yeah, you guys get back on the boat, and yeah, a little less than a day's travel, and you guys are back where you are. But at this point, I mean, I would imagine you guys would want to sleep
Oh, yeah,
because it
so
took
sleep on the
almost
boat.
an entire day to kind of get there. You did
Actually,
your
at
thing.
this point, actually,
It's our
Yeah.
boat now, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Victor,
Yes.
come up here for a sec.
All right. So I'll walk above decks. Mr. Quill?
Bit chilly out tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. We're close to a nice dragon's lair.
I was wondering if I could borrow your services for a second.
All right.
You can fly, can't you, using that inky power you have?
Yes.
Can you carry someone while you do it? Someone of my size.
I am not a particularly strong man.
Oh.
Mr. Quillen, you are a particularly large specimen. So I don't think I would be able to do it.
That's too bad. I was trying to get a better vantage point out on the seas. To try to better gauge these suns that are split apart, and maybe
Have you tried the crow's
I was
nest?
just gonna say.
I could. I was hoping you could do a bit better, but, you know.
It's good enough for sailors.
That and I'm not good at climbing.
I can help with the climbing at least.
Yes?
Yeah.
I think, in fact, you can help yourself with the climbing. Right?
Teach him how to climb.
I'm still not good at climbing, no matter how much guidance my Ignosa grants me.
Well, that's what's on the offer. That's what I'm putting on the table is I will give you a boost, and you will cast magic spells on yourself to climb up the ropes.
No, that's fine. You can go back down. Thank you very much.
Oh, there must be like a rope ladder system where it's like a little plank of wood between two pieces of wood.
It's rope,
he can sit
not
on, and people
plank.
can literally like hoist him up to the top, right?
Actually,
Go away.
Yeah, it's just
Oh, you
ropes.
don't want to go to the top?
Don't watch me.
I don't want to know.
You're gonna have to hoist me.
But not look while you're hoisted.
All right, so I'm just like, you can use that. Gore. All right, what? So I'll leave, and I'll just go and hang out with Alex. The whole time I'm kind of talking to Alex, just trying to like.
Alright, Ignosa, please help me out with this one.
Oh,
And
God.
give myself guidance.
Do I see? I don't know where
Put
I
my-
am.
I mean, if you
Big
want to roll a
self up
stealth
there.
and spy on him, he doesn't want to be watched, so he seems to not be.
I'm not stealthing at all.
No, I meant
It's quite
her
the
because
opposite.
you're avoiding people seeing you. I don't know if you would do it while people are watching.
So you weigh like a quarter of your
Got a
weight, but have
15.
to pull 4 times as
So I
much
see
rope to.
Yeah.
If I see that, then I'm gonna kind of slowly, without when you're not looking, come over to where the like rope is at the bottom and see if I can like help. Because you're like, I'm guessing you're like holding the rope, so it's like trailing down below you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna help you below you and be like pulling it so that like it feels like the weight is much less.
So you think you're jacked?
Yeah.
You just like start.
Alright, want me
I
to roll
like try and look at your
athletics?
hands
Yeah,
and do it at
with
the same
advantage.
time.
You have so much assistance because you really need it.
Oh yeah, and Carrie is extremely
One of those
strong.
was a 1, but the other one.
That's good because you would have got to the
Get
top.
it
I'm
one
tired.
So 18.
Oh, yeah.
One all the way
Yeah,
down.
you're okay. Yeah, you can get to the
Yeah,
top.
with advantage.
Yeah, you get to the top and you have a
Mm.
pretty good view of everything.
Alright, so I see off in the distance there's a sun that's half set, half broken.
Yes,
on one
on-
side.
Yes, on both sides of you can see that east and west has
Mhm.
this fiery kind of. It doesn't seem like a contained ball of light like you're used to. It's not that pretty picture of a circle in the sky. It's almost like someone opened up a can of something fizzy and it's pouring over the top. It's like
Of
this.
the horizon?
Yeah, it's like this kind of half moons almost that seem like the just overflowing with fire.
The sun is leaking.
Basically, yeah.
On both sides. And like meteorites falling down in between, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the meteorite portion happened as it kind of split, but
Okay,
most
so
of
not
that debris.
anymore?
It's like the dust settling after the
Okay.
explosion, but the dust is massive. So at this point,
and the
everything's kind
sea
of
isn't churning or anything.
No, the sea's not turning, but the water. Well, you wouldn't know, but you guys can tell the water levels don't quite seem right as you guys are moving around. It just as you get
The
to
moon is
drier,
like-
yeah,
yeah,
it just seems like the tide isn't. Something's a little bit messed up.
I was
Yeah.
just trying to gauge what kind of time was left on this world.
So why don't you roll? You can roll like a history check to see if you can pull previous knowledge in to kind of
Nice.
assess the
Right.
situation.
That's cool. He's like, able to
I'm
gauge
so glad you have that because
how long it is
Who knows,
before
I'm gonna need
when it
another one.
dies.
I
That's
don't know if you
good.
guys at
That's
home
cool.
know that
Cool.
at the beginning I said I'm going to let time keep moving on as it's moving on, whether they do stuff or not. So
Ooh.
this is actually
Yeah.
really good.
Not a great roll, so that's a 14.
It's not bad.
Not great.
Now you can
D20
tell
plus
that
D4
there
plus-
is definitely a sense of urgency needed, but you can't really tell how soon it's coming.
Right.
You can just tell it's coming sooner than you would like.
Sooner than I'd like.
Yeah.
I better hurry up.
Yeah. You kind of get this a little bit of anxiety as you kind of, you know what I mean? Just that sense of like, okay, I think this is a bigger deal than I think it is, but you really can't pinpoint a timeline. It's not quite. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright.
So like all the worlds you go to don't die on like a schedule. They're kind of like vary.
he has a good sense of the impending death, which is why he's sent to these places in the first place. And although they all come in different ways,
you know.
they still all come, and he gets to experience that. And much like a druid can speak to plants or understand, like it's a sort of understanding, he kind of has that understanding with the death of a world. And although it's a different form than he's seen before, it's still just the death of a world. It's like a druid talking to a dandelion versus a druid talking to a rose. You know what I mean? He still has a sense of
Could be
what's
a day,
going.
could be a month.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't say a day. I would say if you had to guess with a 14, it would be within probably the next 5 days to 5 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So it seems like there's a sense of urgency for sure, but you can't pinpoint. It's a pretty wide timeline, but it feels close.
God. Oh, it's high up here.
And you didn't secure the seat, so it just...
Yeah, I'll slowly just try to get off. Scared out of my mind.
Yeah.
Try to go back
I
down.
will be right at the bottom there waiting. Like, and helping you in any way that I can.
Yeah, he's
with
a
the
little
ropes
pale.
and everything.
I'm just picturing
For a
like a
change,
geriatric guy doing those wobbly ladder games at a carnival.
I'm ready to catch you if I need to, but hopefully...
Thank you, Carrie. I think I got it. It's out of the way.
It's okay. I'll be back at like 5 feet, but still
Just
be
to give him
ready.
some room. Yeah.
Still ready to like
So it doesn't
run
fall on
and
you,
grab
but
him.
if- Yeah, of course.
Those last, 10 feet go by a little faster.
Yeah, so you don't take any damage as you have some assistance from her kind of helping
Okay.
brace your fall, but yeah, you stumble a little bit, you're a little pale, a little shaken, you come down, what do you do?
Okay. So, from my assessments of your world here, it seems like you have somewhere between 5 days and 5 weeks
What?
remaining. Yeah, so get your affairs in order. We don't have a lot of time. Get some sleep. We're going to need it.
Yeah.
And good luck, hey!
Well, hopefully it's the 5 weeks.
Hopefully I'm wrong. And,
Yeah. Well, you are wrong. I know you're wrong.
Sure.
The world's not going to die. So,
Ultimately.
It's a comforting thought, isn't it?
yes.
Whatever.
Good night, Quill. And I'll just walk away.
I will pray for you. Good night.
I'm good. I'm good.
Pray for your soul!
He's totally
Don't
like
pray for me.
secure in the thought that he gets to abandon ship every time.
What if you didn't get to abandon ship this time? If the world ends, then that's technically the whole universe.
Oh.
And then I'll just walk away.
Good way to go.
Help us.
Pretty epic.
Oh god. And then I'll just walk away and
Yeah.
try and be the like counselor on the ship for the guys in the
Yeah.
evening.
And before heading to bed, I'm just going to make just a small prayer to Ignoza, just trying to. If she could give me any kind of guidance on where we should go next. What's the best possible avenue for the best possible story that we can milk out of this.
Yeah, go for it.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
I just do.
Is that a roll of any kind, or just praying?
It's up to you.
Well, I know, I just didn't know if you were going to do a religion check.
I'm not doing any spell or anything.
No, but I would still do a religion check.
That I
Much
can
like in
do.
your campaign when
Sure.
we pray to God.
Religion. Oh boy. Oh, she don't like me today. 12. Too many calls for guidance.
As you
Yeah.
pray for guidance, in the background you hear me talking to Jason, going, "Alright, so we're not going back to Grimsby. We're actually heading to the north, towards Freytag's Peak, that mountain range. If there's some place that you can drop us off, that would be great. You don't have to come with us, but if you can get us that far, that's the last thing we ask of you." So, I'm pretty much going to say, Red Dragon to the north.
Yeah.
Head north.
Yeah, take us north. Yeah.
Take us to whatever settlement is up in the north that they can drop us off at, and we'll...
Yeah, there is actually one at the furthest
Yeah.
northern point, at least on this
Has a
side
cool
of the
name.
continent anyways. Yeah, he can definitely take you there, and it's not that far. He kind of has to go around the giant chasm from the
Yeah,
dragon.
yeah.
And ultimately, because of the effects, it is going to take quite a while to get there, the area effects of this dragon.
Yeah.
So you guys can kind of work your way in a little bit, but ultimately, because of
We're
the
gonna get a
frozen
bird's
nature
eye?
of the ice, you are going to only be able to get about halfway there by boat.
Okay, well, if we
It's
can go
too
as far as
frozen.
he'll take us.
Yes. So,
And then I'll go to sleep.
Okay.
Is it like that little mountain between the dragon and Burrow's Head?
Oh, where
is
the
it-
range starts.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of roughly whereabouts you kind of be
Cool.
stuck. So you can get
that's okay.
close to that far. You wouldn't be able to get to land at that point.
No.
It would be kind of frozen around that area, but you can get close enough to either get to land with some walking and a little bit of elbow grease, or you can try to just use the ice to just move forward and just trek north.
Cool.
Okay? And at that point, because I think we've just done a whole bunch,
Yeah.
we're going to dog-ear this page for now. And, yeah, do you guys want to do like a little after hours hangout kind of thing? So we went for like 2.5 hours now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna do a little after hours hangout. So we're gonna go away and then come right back. And for those of you watching on YouTube or for those of you heading out on Twitch, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow us on all the different social media accounts. And for those of you a little late mentioning it, there is a contest going on right now to win an opportunity to do just this with us. If you go on our Twitter, Miss Lisa has been kind enough to kind of spearhead this awesome idea to generate potential for you guys to kind of participate in what we love to do here with us and all that amazing stuff. I love Creators Assemble. So yeah, if you're interested in that, go check out. Yeah, I know, me too. Go check out Twitch. Otherwise, we'll just see you guys next week, or for those of you hanging out for the after hours, we'll see you in about 30 seconds. Bye. Bye.